Hi, everybody. I'm live. Just nobody's here yet, so I'm waiting. Waiting for everybody to show up. Hoping everybody can hear me. Um, I am making sure all of my stuff is plugged in, and it looks like it is. So we will see. Waiting for people to come pouring in. Hi. Pink Flamingo! Jerry! Marty, how are you? How are you guys doing? This is an unplanned live. Hi, Salmonizer. Where you been? I've been pretty busy lately. Not with good stuff. Um, I came on. I have a gift to open. Great here. Where are you at, Marty? Excited for gift opening. Yeah, it's always fun, and that's why it was a reason to turn on the camera today. But I don't know. Yeah, come and talk about Christmas, the holidays, everything. Um, I had a very kind of a quiet Christmas, which I was really glad. I don't know, the older I get, the more I kind of, I just meant I'm great. Um, the older I get, the more I don't care about it. Hi, Kristen, how are you? And it's not that I just don't care about it. Okay, the older I get, hi, Kelly, the older I get, the less money I have. Okay. So that in itself, you know, can put a damper on some things. It's funny. I was talking to my mom today, and she was saying, Grandma always said, money is not um, the root of all happiness, or money can't buy you happiness. That's true, but that statement doesn't. That statement is not for everybody, because there are people who are happy, people who are poor, and if you give them money, then they could get all their resources and they would have peace of mind and not have to worry about things. So yeah, money doesn't buy happiness, but money buys stuff. Okay. And if you're already happy, you don't have to buy happiness. I mean, but it sure can help, right? I identify as wealthy. I'm sick of not being treated as such. Money doesn't buy you happiness. However, the lack of money brings unhappiness. Right. And I don't know why, whenever, because I always complain about money and stuff, and I'm always trying to find ways of raising money or getting money or whatever. And I remember my mother, she's in her 70s now. She'll, well, money doesn't buy happiness. Well, I'm not trying to buy happiness. That's the thing. People who say that money don't buy happiness. Well, I'm not suggesting I'm not going out to buy it. I want I want to buy, I want to fix my car. I want to buy some new clothes. I'm not buying happiness. Oh, Martin Young, thank you so much. I've been getting some birthday wishes and stuff, and while I really appreciate it, it's not really my birthday. It's like Hagatha's fake birthday. My birthday's December 4th, but I really appreciate it. Money would fix all of it, right? Pink Flamingo, right? I mean, I want to say, Mother, quit being such a cliche. Yes, of course. Yeah, money doesn't buy happiness. I didn't suggest it did. You know what? I didn't get on the phone and go, hey, Mom, I'm, I just need more money because I need to buy some happiness. That's not what it was all about. I had to buy a new car, and now I'm even more under pressure to make more money, right? Yeah. See, but Jerry, don't you wish we were all in a position where we could just pay cash for a car? And I've gotten to that point with my phones. Like, I will hold out on getting a new phone. Oh, Chaz, I got your present. Open it. Wait a minute, Chaz, they're tacos. Chaz, I was waiting to open it on camera. I can't complain though, because we are leaving in 2 weeks for a wedding in Costa Rica. But we got the flights on point, so there's at least that. Well, Pink Flamingo, you only got that because you're privileged and you have a credit card and you're able to go out and spend money and rack up points so you can get the privileges like a free flight to Costa Rica. It's not my birthday, but thank you. I wish it's not even expensive, just a Toyota Corolla. Isn't it awful? Like the things that some of us, like people, like that we struggle to afford the cheapest of things. It's just whatever. But you know what, Jerry? I'm not bitter. I blame my family. I blame my family for not being overachievers and amassing wealth. Wait, I am privileged because my husband is a garbage man and makes good money. You know what? I thought about being a garbage man, but maybe I think I'm too old now. I went to Victoria's Secret this morning for the first time in years. For years. That was a treat for myself since I never spend much on that sort of stuff. Yeah, see, that's a treat. You deserve that, Casey. I deserve to feel beautiful. I blame mine too. My father, a doctor, is pathologically. Jerry, see, that don't piss you off. Like your father has the ability to amass a fortune, and he isn't, and he's not going to leave you anything. He'll probably even leave you debt. Yeah, garbage man is a young queen's game. I was switched at birth. I was meant to be a socialite, not wax buttholes. Do you now? I don't know if is that okay. Listen, Pink. I've always thought that too. I've always thought I was born in the wrong family. Now, Pink, can we say we're trans? We're trans rich. We're trans royalty. I've always thought for some reason I was born in the wrong family and that I was meant to be a prince somewhere. Maybe that's just the gay in me. I don't know. Hi, Susan. You're driving by? Hi. Where are you guys going? Oh, Susan, that picture's pretty of you. Did you do your hair? Did you do your new hair? Wait, James. Oh, hi. Don't get me wrong. I love my job and make decent money, but I was meant to be rich, right? Yes, Chaz for transport. Chaz, are you still in Mexico? Have you come back to North Mexico yet? Hi, Meeseeks. How are you? Are you on TikTok? No, I'm not on TikTok right now. I am on YouTube. Happy New Year, Anne. I think all of us in this chat were born in the wrong family. We booshy. Yep, in a minute. I went to Vince's. Oh, hey, did you guys eat? I was just telling my mom about Vince's Susan. She's not a big spaghetti person, but I said I love the Moscalanza. It's what Moscatelli. I think it's pasta, and they layer it like it's a lasagna dish and they bake it. I like it. Most people just think, but they still do it. LOL. Oh, you're bringing it home? Do you think Trudeau has an OnlyFans? I mean, he should. I mean, I would Google it. I would. I wouldn't pay for it, but I'd try to find free pictures. That's what I do. When somebody has an OnlyFans, I'll still type their name in Google, then I'll write nude. And hopefully a nude picture. Happy New Year. I was late to realize it's 6th Trump. Oh, yeah. It is the 6th. I totally forgot. I'm back in the States, though Arturo is leaving me for Mexico again. Why is he leaving? Is his family okay? Maybe Macron's husband has an OnlyFans. Wait, yeah. We got snow here, about 8 inches. Really, Doreen? Wow. It's not my yeah, okay. It's Hagatha's birthday, but it's not my birthday. But thank you so much. Thoughts on the whole? Thoughts on the whole situation with Tyra? Oh my God! I just read that. Syra Sanchez dragging the Vivian. Like, I understand where she's coming from in a way, but it's not the best way. But she has every right to. Okay, I honestly can't remember why Tyra Sanchez went after Vivian. I don't know. And I'll be honest with you, I have been out of the drag race scene for a long time. But I know Tyra. I know she won over Raven. And I've even seen, like, people are saying, oh, we should take back RuPaul. You need to take back Tyra Sanchez's her win and give it to Raven. Okay, a funny thing is, I mean, I don't agree. I honestly, I really, I don't care about the whole thing, but because I do know Raven and I have history with Raven, I would love for that to happen. I would love for RuPaul to give her a pity trophy and say, you know what? Because Tyra Sanchez is so bad, you're now good. Here you go. But see, but the thing is, those who know Raven know things about Raven that would absolutely destroy Raven in Drag Race. So it's like, trust me, a lot of queens are holding secrets about Raven. They are. Okay. They are. Hi, Mara. How are you? Oh my God, 10 inches of snow. I'm trying to get this damn CPA off license already so I can luxuriate. Oh, Jerry, just imagine you get that license and you can go and you'll get all the beauty treatments. You can go get facials. Oh my God, you get a pink flamingo wax your body, give you a full body scrub. She's getting canceled by the woke mob. Okay, so what Tyra's been getting canceled for a long time now. Susan, we did absolutely nothing. Nothing. We did absolutely nothing. New Year's. In fact, we went to bed. We had a bottle of champagne in the fridge. And wait, the queens I know personally don't seem to have much baggage or skeletons in their closets. Yeah. Okay, so I got to read deeper into it and stuff, but I know a lot of people they go after Tyra and all this crap and whatever. I mean, drag queens are all drama anyway, and Tyra I think has been doing things to I mean, he's smart just to get his name out there to get people to click on him. You know what I mean? I mean, that's all he's doing. But I don't know Tyra. I have no she's not doing blackface, obviously. But why do they give her a pass when Pearl did a Harajuku look? Okay, so Raven, Tyra is and always has been a mess. Okay, so Raven, I'm not gonna say that Raven cannot get natural tan. I know. Are you talking about the tan? Okay. Okay. Now, Raven does tan, and it's deliberate. I mean, I know lots of white people that deliberately tan. Um, but it's an obsession with Raven, I'll say. That's all I'm saying. I want to be as tan as I can. So he tans. I mean, even he lived near like where I'm living now. I know he's moved since then. And laying out by the pool was like a thing. I'll never get accused of that. I'm ghostly. So, I'm not I personally, I'm just not into the whole blackface thing anyway. I don't care. I wish we could paint ourselves any color we want and I'll have fun, but we can't do that because of people in this, in this country. But I don't know. I got it but this is the truth is as I'm getting older and as I read more about RuPaul's Drag Race and as I read about the queens and as I read about the drama and as I read about everything, I find that there's a gap. There's a gap between me and them that is widening. And I finally, and it's not just drag, it's other things. It's really a lot of LGBT crap. I find myself scrolling and stuff and I'm like, I'll be reading something and I'm like, I don't know, something just kind of comes over me. And all of a sudden I'm like, I just don't care about this anymore. Like, I just don't care, and I don't know if you guys do. I'll be reading, and it hits me and I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. Like, I just don't give a shit. So I do want to read more about Tyra Sanchez. I do follow Tyra, because I like to see the draw. I like to see the mess and stuff, I used to anyway, but and I did feel a connection to Tyra because Tyra has a child, but so back early in RuPaul's Drag Race, that got my attention too. I was never really a fan of Tyra. I wasn't. I think he's beautiful, whatever. I mean, I guess, a talented drag queen as talented as one can get, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's funny because there is a talent in putting on the makeup and doing doing a persona and the way you move and act and some guys are better at that than others. And others have other talents, I don't know, is it like personally for me, I never thought, honestly, and I didn't even look at it as a talent, but lip syncing. I've lip synced my whole life because I've always been in my whole life, I've always been Donna Summer, Olivia Newton-John. You know what I mean? Kiss. I've been all Boy George. I've been everybody in my head, and I've always, had my own little performances and things like that. So in my mind, lip syncing wasn't really a talent. It's just you singing the song without a voice. Do you know what I mean? So I never looked at lip syncing as a talent. And so when I see people on RuPaul's Drag Race, oh, he's or she is a lip sync assassin, and look at, it just takes so much talent. And I'm like, even when I was a little boy and I would see drag queens, I didn't see it as talented. I didn't. I just saw it as, it's playing dress up and having fun. Do you know what I mean? I didn't look at it as a talent. I love Violet Chachki in a way. Our drag is very similar to the whole okay. I have experience with Violet as well, but I know she's a horrible person, like you mentioned. Oh, okay, I finished it. But it doesn't mean I hate these people. I don't, because a lot of times, okay, like Violet, I still like Violet. Even though he's a bitch, but he came. When he came to the club and just had this, you know what it is? They come on and they do this, they do a diva persona, even when they're not on camera or when they're not on stage. And that annoys me because I've never been that kind of performer. I'm Billy until I'm not, and whenever a camera's on or a stage light comes on, I'm not like that. And maybe that's why I'm not a huge performer. Maybe that's just me. Oh, thanks, Jerry. Yeah. You said, okay, I can actually sing. Yeah, I do. I do think I can sing some songs. I can. I don't think I'm a great singer or anything, but I just think I can entertain. You know what I mean? But I don't, wait, do you think the whole drag queen story hour thing will end now that I don't think it has anything to do with Trump's win, whether it stops or not. I think I personally don't know how popular it is anymore. I don't see a whole lot of it online, I'll tell you that. Stacy, we share a birthday. This isn't my birthday. My birthday's December 4th. Hi, Karen. Missed you too. The drag queen story hour. I just think this is what I've been saying about drag for quite a bit. Drag is slowly dying. It's slowly dying. And I know you're going to see it's like kind of pushed in your face because it's on, social media a lot. And we have seen elements of it on TV, but it's just, I think it's a fad. And I've known it since the beginning. It's a fad. Okay. Drag will always exist. I don't like, your birthday's on the 4th. Oh, I didn't know if you were going by my fake birthday. Like that was happening this month. It's just, drag is just entertainment. And for some reason, they're selling it as some lifestyle or as some sexuality even. And when they were selling it as that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Drag is just just gay men getting together and playing dress up at a club and building numbers around their favorite divas. That's really what it is. And when I saw the way that it's elevated and, with the storybook hour and everything like that, and actually being taught in schools and being even mentioned, like there's really even no reason to even mention it in school. It doesn't make sense. It's just, it's it's costume, it's cosplaying. That's all it is. Drag is cosplaying. That's all it is. Now, could there be some kind of emotional and other mental things that are built into that performer? Sure there is. But why does that have to be discussed in open forum in public education centers? I don't know. Drag is just, I feel like putting on illusion as a woman. Why is that a topic in school? I don't know. That's where I was coming from the whole time. Like, why are we talking about this? No, talk about underwater welding. Talk about things you're educating children to get them out in the world. Teach them skills to pay the bills. Drag doesn't pay the bills. Going on RuPaul's Drag Race and winning pays the bills. Okay. But the typical drag queen at a club, they're doing it for free. Okay. But they're also getting dollar bills. Okay. A lot of these drag queens aren't even paid. They're just having fun. You know what it is? It's you going, hey, hey, Billy, can I perform at the club tomorrow? Oh, okay, cool. You have a tip spot? Okay. So that means, yeah, you just perform and people throw you money and you keep that money and you go home. But it's really not even about that. You just want to go up there and you want to be Britney Spears for 4 minutes. That's really all it is. I just want to be Britney Spears for 4 minutes. I'm gonna let the audience watch me in my delusion, and then I'm gonna get the few dollars that somebody threw at me if they weren't on their phones texting and taking pictures and not paying attention to me, because that's also what is really what drag is. And then you pick up your dollars and then you go back to the dressing room. And then if you're lucky enough to be in a club that has a little bit of money, they give you free drink tickets, and you go up and you get tickets and you get wasted. Okay. You get wasted. And then all the other club goers might come up and say, hi, how are you? But if you're popular, you're in the dressing room and you think you're better than everybody. And then you go sit in the dressing room and then you drink, or you go home and just go to bed. Okay. If you're a professional, usually the professionals do that. They don't even drink, you know. It's ridiculous. The whole thing, I thought the whole thing was dumb. And I'm like, why am I don't want my drag with kids. I don't want families in here. Why the hell do I want to spend my time? I'm handing bills to my favorite queen and I'm singing ABBA, and then I'm tipping the Go-Go Boys as they're coming with the Shot Boys. I don't want that mixed up with Barney and Teletubbies and Blue's Clues. I mean, when I saw Nina West singing fucking for Blue's Clues, I went, this is absolutely out of, like, why? Like, why? Why can't you just be a big homo, put on your dress, and be Cher in the club like you want to be? I don't get it. It's like, anyway, and it's been all exploited by media, by, corporate America, by politics. Everybody has made all the money they can make from it through all the outrage, the clickbait, the fake, Pride labels from all the corporate sponsors at Pride, around Pride Month, so they can exploit you and make all your money. It's finally coming to an end, and I don't think Trump has anything to do with it. It's done. Some people dress up in dresses and put on makeup and wigs, and then other people go and pay to watch them do it. That's fine. But as far as I think being in schools and being brought out on the media to upset people, I think that's over with. I do. Look at their PFP and tell me that's a woman. What are you talking about? Who's PFP? You can see your comments going back and forth in one of his videos, a South Park episode he watched. Why are there no women in male drag and RuPaul's Drag Race? I have an idea, just wondering your thoughts. Seems like, RuPaul's a misogynist. Well, first of all, RuPaul has always been against trans drag until he had to accept it. Okay. So RuPaul is a purist when it comes to drag. Like I am. Like RuPaul's like 10 years older than me, but we're pretty much in the same mindset, except he's corporate now, so he has to accept what others say. And he had to bend on his show. Okay, because he made it very clear he doesn't think that women should be in drag or trans women should be in drag. That drag is a cisgendered male activity, because it always has been. But whatever. They can have drag. I don't care. But I'll tell you right now, drag in the future will be nothing but trans women. I guarantee you it will be. Because trans women, I think, and I'm not saying all trans women, there will be trans women within the drag community, not the normal ones, okay? They're going to be like, I feel offended. I feel like you're appropriating trans women's looks and all of that. There will be that argument. I guarantee you. And drag will be nothing but a freak show. People will come to watch drag to see these men who have been enhanced and surgically altered to be women. That's what drag will turn into. You watch. And they're going to get very cartoony. The bigger the boobs, bigger the butt, the bigger the lips. I'll guarantee you, they're going to be cartoon women, all surgically and medically enhanced by doctors. And those are going to be drag queens. You watch. Female to male. No, you never see it. Just like in sports. You'll never see it in sports. You're never going to see a female to male, sports figure, start kicking men's ass. Why doesn't it happen? He's also been against trans people and against bio women, but he's had them on, right? I am sipping tea Java, sugar-free tea. Okay, I'm gonna open up this package from Chaz, you guys. So Christmas, I'll tell you, it was just me, my mom, Mark, his mother, and Megan, our friend Megan. I think there are no women in male drag on RuPaul's Drag Race because there are only so many combinations of plaid. If you guys watch, okay, a lot of people don't know this. There's another drag race competition called Dragula, which I do like. It's based in horror. They have had transsexual female to men on there. Well, wait a minute. No, okay. Landon Cider, she is from here. I think Landon Cider is a woman who does male drag. And she's very good at it. Like I really like it. Like I love Dragula. I did. I had a couple friends, like I know Kendra Onyx and I know Melissa B. Fierce. I know of Frankie Doom. He used to come to the club a lot. I just didn't have much relationship with Frankie Doom. And then also on RuPaul's Drag Race, Scott Mick is the closest thing to Victor Victoria you'll see. Female who became a male who now does drag. So a biological female who had her breasts removed. I don't know what kind of hormonal treatment they are on. But they live as a man but perform as a woman. I mean, what am I going to say about it? What am I going to say about that? Where's the gender dysphoria? Okay. But anyway, let's open this up. You know what? I hate being a woman so bad that I'm going to become a man. But you know what? I'm going to go on a show and I'm going to dress up as a woman. Oh, Gottmik's identity as a gay man. So I'm a woman who's going to cut my boobs off. I'm now a man, but I'm still going to have sex with men. And I'm going to dress up as a woman. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. I love it, Chaz. Oh my! You know my dogs are Mexican, don't you? They're Mexican. They were raised by a Mexican woman. They were they were actually bred by a Mexican one, but they're Chinese. But they're Mexican Chinese. Oh, thanks, James. If drag is going to be taken over by trans, what will gays do instead? Well, see, that's a whole conversation within the gay conservative community, is that they basically want to trans gay away, like in other countries. Like I don't know if Iran or one of those, or the Philippines, or I know they have lady boys and stuff, but there are some cultures that really don't believe in homosexuality. You're either a man or a woman, and if you're a man who likes other men, well, naturally, you're not really a man. You were meant to be a woman, and then you get transitioned. Kim Poole says Kamala Harris is the first woman to certify her own loss in a presidential race. Even Hillary didn't get to break that glass ceiling. Well, and she's the first. Chaz, she's not only the first woman, she's the first Black woman. Okay. Okay, so look at Gottmik is literally like being a vegan, but eats McDonald's twice a week. Gets the Big Macs and just throws the patty off, or no, leaves the patty on, or no, maybe she's like a gender fluid, like or vegan fluid. Okay, so it's a hot sauce. I love these. Okay. Oh, I didn't eat a taco. Tucker's gonna love the taco. Hey, did you eat? Hey, Chaz, did you eat any tacos in Mexico? How was it? They go to a place called Rocky Point. Oh, look, so it has lettuce, tomato, and cheese in it. They're gonna love that. Okay. David Buldo, colored woman. A colored woman. Oh, look. They got tequila too. It looks like a Patron. This is Patron tequila. Okay. And look at it. Well, thank you, Chaz. Really appreciate it. The dogs are gonna love it. Oh, Kamala's colored woman. Aren't these cute? A pink flamingo. They're cute. The dogs are gonna love it. They're gonna appreciate this. Thank you so much. Thank you to Arturo. Thanks, Coco. I know Coco probably helped pick them out. Christmas, okay, it was just me, Mark, our mothers, Megan. She's a friend of ours. I made lasagna. I really loved it. I'm not much of that's like one food that I haven't really spent a whole lot of time on. The hat is great. It reminds me of the sombrero you wore at my last birthday in that Mexican restaurant we were in. Oh, where were you guys wouldn't put the sombrero on. Wait, was it the Chinese place? I know it was a sombrero, but wasn't it a Chinese place? Was it? No, wait a minute. Was it the restaurant in Palm Springs? Chaz, I don't remember. But I do remember I put on a sombrero and nobody else would. Now that's a good look for you, Billy. Well, because Chaz says I'm not putting that on. That was on some Mexican's head. Yeah, it was Los Casuelos in Palm Springs. Okay. So I made lasagna, we had Caesar salad, garlic bread. Mark we did like a brunch and a dinner. So Mark made scones and they were so good. Thank you, Kristen. They were so good. He made like a pear compote. It was really good. And what else did we have? Like dips and stuff, but we didn't really go all out for Christmas. We got our mothers, we just gave them each like $50 in lottery tickets. I didn't want to get Spanish fleas from wearing the communal sombrero. The Spanish fleas. Anyway, so we got what did I get? I don't know. I can't remember the gifts I got. It just wasn't a very gifty Christmas, which the older I get, the more it's like that. And I'm fine with it. I don't know. I'm finding gift giving and buying and everything so stressful. I just because as you get older, and we don't have no kids, right? There's no kids in the family. So everybody's getting older and everybody just has everything that they need, right? So it's like, what do you buy people? I'll tell you, it's so annoying. It's very annoying to try to buy something for a 75-year-old woman. It's like you've spent, your life taking care of yourself, or you should have, and you've bought you should have everything you want by 75, I would assume. And when these 75-year-old women who they're buying all these little tchotchkes and knickknacks and things, and they put on a shelf, and it's like, what am I gonna do with it? It's like, you're 75. I'm planning on how am I gonna get rid of it after you die. Why am I gonna add to it? I just send my husband links of exactly what I want for Christmas. Well, that's smart. David says, "Sorry, ladies, I'm dating a very beautiful, spicy Latina from Spanish Harlem. She's 24 and I'm 44. It's hot." Really, David? David, do you prefer to hit it from the back? Chaz says, "We ravished each other with tons of gifts and thought of the poor, but not much." You're gonna keep those Precious Moments figurines, and you're gonna like it. You know what? She doesn't have that. You know what okay, I finally got her out of, like, collecting, like, you remember in the 80s, all the little geese stuff? It, like, infuriates me when I go through her house and I see stuff still from the 80s. I'm just, uh, I was in her car. Okay, so we went to, oh, wait, why did she ended up with a flat tire? Okay, some Franklin Mint, maybe? Thomas Kincaid. She has Thomas Kincaid stuff. But anyway, okay, so I mean, so there's like health issues going on in my family. Okay, so some close people that we look at as family members that have been around my whole life are ill right now. Christmas is all about money anymore, right, Marty? And like I said, as we're getting old. Oh, thanks, Mark. But my birthday was in December. You're like, this is a fake Hagatha birthday. But thank you, appreciate it. Um, but our family's getting older, so we don't have any children. Well, not in my part of the tree. My brother does. He has grandkids and all that stuff. He can go ahead and buy all of their gifts, and he could spend all the money and do all that with the kids. That's on his tree. Our tree is aging. Okay, our limb is aging on the tree. So, we don't really have kids around for Christmas. So, Christmas, just old people sitting around, and what do you do? Like, everybody has everything that they want. I mean, none of us are rich, but so we can't go out and like buy each other. Uh, Merc, I'll tell him hi. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's at. But hey Merc, do you like my hat? It's for the dog, but I got it as a gift. And I decided to put it on. And Merc has a connection to this hat. He has a connection to it. But anyway, she made me bleed. But he So we're dealing with a life or death situation. There's an elderly person in our circle anyway, who's been significant in our life. She's passed. She's gonna pass away. She's in hospice care, and so we went and saw her the other day. And I always hate, I mean, I'm always glad when I do it, but when I know like a family member is kind of checking out, it's so hard for me to go see them. And I know that's probably terrible because I don't want to end. I'm not like a lovey-dovey, sensitive, tender person, even though I am a feeling person. But how do you deal with those situations where you are at somebody's deathbed and you know that they're going to pass away? You're never going to see them again. And you're like, I don't know how to make a meaningful moment, and it be sincere and like heartfelt and tender. Like, what do you say? And so what I do is I'm just myself. I try to be funny. I try to laugh and smile. And before we left and we walked out of her room, I just said, "See ya," and I walked out. I didn't want it to seem like it was such a down, depressing, awful moment. You know, I mean, she's not suffering. I mean, she's not in pain or anything, but it's just, but then again, she's also in and out of, what I would think is, thinking, she just kind of is lucid one moment, loose, not the next, and not making sense. But she recognized me. She knew who I was when I walked in. But so that's happening and that's sad. And then another person that we know, she's in the hospital, but she's gonna come out. She's gonna go through a rehab and stuff. But that Christmas was spent. We exchanged our gifts, and then we had to leave. We had to leave and go out of town to see this lady who fell, a member of our extended family. We had go to her house. It's about 70 miles away, and so we went there, got her dog, and then brought the dog back to my mother's house, and now my mother has the dog. So my mom's taking care of the dog while her friend rehabs and stuff. But my mom might end up just keeping the dog. Okay, Mark, I'll see you. Thanks for popping in. I don't really see you that much anymore. So we have a lot of that. There's stuff going on with that, and so hopefully that'll look. And then you want to know something else? Okay, so my mother's friend falls on Christmas, right? And she gets sent to the hospital. And like I told you, we end up going. It's Long Beach, California. So we go to Long Beach. We pick up the dog. We come home to my house, and then my mom's getting ready to leave, and she's going to go home with the dog. And then she falls. She falls, hits her head in the street, splits it right here. It's bleeding everywhere. This eye's completely black. You like my hat? Thank you. Chaz sent it to me. With all of these other dog toys. And so my mom she's laying on the ground. I'm like, what is she doing? She was holding an orchid. I got her an orchid for Christmas with a bunch of lottery tickets. She was holding it and she fell. She fell off the curb in the street. And she's holding the orchid and she just falls. And I see her head bounce off the street. I'm like, so this is going to be the third person in our life that is in the hospital. So she seemed okay. She seemed fine, and she's hit her head a million times on things. So anyway, so Mark, we bring her in the house, patch it up. Mark gets Mark gets crazy glue and he starts gluing. She goes, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm gluing it together." She goes, "What? What are you doing?" She's never heard of that. I go, "Yeah." I said, "Just let him do it." You just put so you don't need stitches. You stick the skin together and then you glue it and put a Band-Aid on it. But she's fine now. That happened on Christmas. And then so yesterday, when was it? Yesterday or the day before? So my mom, so we're taking care of things for the lady who is in the hospital. So we go back to her house and do some, cleanup and things, because she's been ill for a while and hasn't been able to do things. So kind of trying to prepare her home for her return. So we'll see, how all that works out. So I've been really busy with that stuff. What else? So that's pretty much, that was my holiday, just dealing with, sick and ill people. And then New Year's, me and Mark, I mean, we, oh my God, your poor mom's head has been hit more than a cheap Food City pinata. So New Year's, I mean, we never really did anything for New Year's because when I worked at the club, that's you're working. So I was always working at the club. But Mark would come down. When I was working, I'm about 30 miles away from here. So he would show up at midnight for a midnight kiss. So I would always go out, give him a midnight kiss, and then come back in the club and he would go home. But because he's not hanging out in the club. But now I don't know. I think we laid in bed and we put on Yellowstone and we're like, Mark says, "Hey, we have a bottle of champagne in the fridge, right? For New Year's." I go, "Oh, do we?" And I go, "Okay, that'll be good in the morning with mimosas." I was not intending on staying up till 12. Even though we did wake up because I don't know what it is around our neighborhood, but it's New Year's comes and everybody shoots their guns and blows off fireworks. And for some reason they did it at 12 and they did it again at 12:30. I don't know why. But we made sure we kept the dogs in because we keep them in like for the 4th of July and things like that. When we know that people are going to be out. Halloween, we keep our cats in and stuff like that. But I thought, Mark was bringing them in for New Year's, and I thought it was being dramatic, but no, at midnight, the whole neighborhood went crazy. So Billy's family tree is like those old, dry, brittle, flammable, unwanted Christmas trees you see dumped on the side of the road in early January. True. Yeah. My family tree is dying. Oh, what? Oh, come on, Chaz. There's no fruit at the end of yours. There's no fruit at the. You're the fruit. Your 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 family tree produced one fruit. Well, you got Coco out of it, didn't you? You have Coco, your dog. Oh, but let me see. I am also currently. I don't know. Do any of you work for Instacart? I'm actually going to apply at Instacart, and this is why. Okay, I don't want to do Uber. I don't want to Lyft. I don't. Well, first of all, they won't accept my car. Can you imagine? Okay, I have a very nice car, and they just don't like how old it is. Okay, my car is a 2005, but it only has 60,000 miles on it, and it doesn't have one scratch, one stain, one tear, one anything. It's like a perfect, beautiful car. Okay. No, it's a 2005, so you can't Uber, which is fine. I'm glad I can't because once I thought about it, I'm like, do I really want strangers in my car? And somebody that I knew was an Uber driver, and then someone threw up all over their car. I can't handle that. My dog pooped in my car once, and I've been in your car. Oh, that's right, you have. And so I then went to I had to go get it. I got my car. Okay, listen, Pink. My dog pooped in my car, and I had to go. I went and got it detailed. It's like there's no way. Anyway, I take care of my car. Okay, so and not only because I'm completely poverty stricken, and I completely fell into this deal where I can get this nice car for cheap, so I got it. Well, I'm not going to Uber. I'm not going to Lyft. I don't want people in my car. So I'm going to Instacart, which I think is going to be fun. I don't have any of you done it? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just being weird about it. I think it'd be completely fun to look at my phone and get orders at a grocery store and then go buy them and then deliver them to somebody and then they pay me to do it. I don't know why I think there's something fun about it. I don't know. Oh my god, but I can get Mark with me. No, I can dress up as Hogatha and I'll deliver their groceries as Hog. But anyway, so I don't know. Yeah. Well, yeah. You'd have to have it cleaned. Yeah. No, so as I'm saying, my car's clean. It's like, well, my car's not like bad. Like, why would you not want to be delivered somewhere in my car? But I get it. It's probably old, and most people who have a 2005 are driving a hoopty or a bucket or whatever. So it's like I gotta. They want something, but I'll tell you, I was in where was I at? Was it in DC? I was in DC, and I got an Uber. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait, you turned down my car, but you put me in a Toyota he had smeared windows. Like Hogatha Instacart would be hilarious. Okay, like when people have dogs and they put them in their car and then you could see like their nose prints all over the window, or someone who has a bunch of dirty kids and then like they're touching the windows with their grubby hands and so you see fingerprints. That is exactly what this car looked like. All the windows looked like that. There were stains on all over the seats. And he had, okay, I think they're called anniversary clocks. They're those clocks that have like, they're under a glass dome and it has a little thing that spins like that. It goes in one way, then it'll go the other. He had one glued to the dash of his car. I'm like, okay, so you people have the nerve to put down my 2005 luxury vehicle. But then you're going to make me go around Washington, D.C. in this oxidized Toyota. Okay, the paint was horrible. Don't make sense because my Instacart drivers use mopeds. No. Listen, no puss. I'm talking about the other one where you drive people around in Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft. They won't take my car, but Instacart will. I do Shipt. It's like Instacart. Has good weeks and bad weeks. The worst weeks are when people try to scam and say an item wasn't received. Oh, I totally take pictures. Glove. It's a 2005 Mercedes E500. Puss, do you do Instacart? Like, do you do it? Do you make money doing it? I have a friend out here, Terrible Tina. She does. I don't know if you're watching Tina. She's supposed to be coming to California too. Like, you're gonna see video footage of we're gonna go to Golden Corral together. But but I'm okay. This is the reason why I want to do Instacart. It's because, okay, you all know I'm on disability, okay, and I legit yes, my weed guy says they're anal. Oh, I hard to get it in pics. Pics are a requirement. I used to make great money. Your Prop 22 will make it worth what I don't know what that is, Brooke. Your Prop 22 will make it worth it for you. I live like in an area where, okay, I live in a bad town, but just like to the south of us is a nice area. So that's where I would go hang out. So I'd hang out like at all the fancy like grocery stores. But okay, so I make a certain amount of money, right? I am not allowed to, okay, so because of like the money I get for my disability and I get my medical benefits and stuff. They don't, basically what they say is if you can work and make a certain amount of money and you do it for 9 months, then that means you no longer need disability, right? Well, I know just from I can't work the way I used to work at all. That sombrero band makes look like a little struggle goatee beard. Right there. Wait. So, and I know I can't do like an 8-hour a day job anymore. I used to be able to work my ass off. I can't anymore. And which is it really bothers you. Like I was undecorating our Christmas tree. I was just taking the bulbs off. I was bending down doing it and I got completely lightheaded and I stood up and I had to sit down. And it's things like that. They're like, shit, I can't. And it frustrates you because you've always been like healthy, able-bodied and strong and you could do shit. And it's like, oh, I hate I'll be doing something and I have to stop. But anyway, so I can't depend on myself to last a long time, to not be on disability. That's my point. So I figure, okay, I can do Instacart. I can go into a grocery store. I could buy things and I can deliver it. But I can only make a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? So I can, for what I make on disability, I am not allowed to earn more than $1,500 a month of my own money, which, you can make that pretty quickly. You know what I mean? 1,500 at a job. So I basically need a job to where I can make up to a certain amount of money and then quit working. Do you know what I mean? I can do that with Instacart. Hi, Rex. Oh, I haven't seen you around in a while. Oh, you'll make 120% guaranteed pay of minimum wage and a percentage of your. Oh, you know what, Brooke? I did hear about the mileage thing. I did hear about that. Are we going to see a Jim Billy era? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go to the gym. The Prop 22 pays out every 2 weeks. So be mindful of that. Okay. I never heard about that. And is that for like what? Like the delivery workers? Because they did make minimum wage, which I'll tell you it's weird. They made minimum wage for fast food workers $20 an hour. Okay. Now, but they didn't make it for other minimum wage workers. And this is the thing, Brooke, that pisses me off about it. I can go work at McDonald's and flip burgers and make $20 an hour. Okay. But if I want to secure the building, if I want to be a security guard and put myself in danger, put myself between, the bad guys and the good guys, I'll only get $17 an hour. It don't make any sense to me. Yes, I know. Script does it. I assume the others do too. I've never even heard of it. Thank you, Nikki. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Plus about the gym. I've never been a big gym person. I did like in the late 80s. I started going to Bally's Holiday Health Spa. This past election here in Massachusetts, they voted that Uber drivers can unionize, which sucks because now it won't be cheaper than right. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. People think, oh, this sounds so good, and we need this and we need that. Well, you don't need it. Somebody else needs it, but you don't. This is why I don't vote for what other people want. I vote for what I want. Okay. I guess you hope people vote for what you want, but they may not. But I don't know. I wonder if I know we're having issues with Amazon, people wanting to unionize, but that's the thing. Amazon's such a monster, because it's the thing with Amazon is it is a temporary job. It is. A lot of people don't realize that, they don't know it, but when you walk in there and you're in there for a while, you realize I'm never going to retire from this job, nor am I even going to grow in this job. I can see you working out and cute gym selfie pics. Oh my God. I could wear like the little thin onion skin shorts and making mushrooms legal for recreational use. It was voted no. We lost by 100,000. Oh, I don't even know. Is it legal in California? Now you can go buy them in illegal shops, but like in a dispensary here, you can't buy mushrooms. I haven't seen them at our dispensaries, but okay. So we have in California, Pink, we have you're allowed to have recreational marijuana. So we have these dispensaries where you walk in and you can buy it, whatever, right? It's legal in Oregon and maybe Colorado. Okay. So while we have like these legal dispensaries, we have illegal dispensaries too. So what it is, oh, you have that too. Okay. They call it here in our town, they called it the sesh. I don't know if that's like what they call it everywhere else. The sesh. Anyway, you go in there and it's basically like a warehouse or some like strip mall that's been gutted out with all of these thuggy looking people on tables. Oh, we don't have illegal ones. Yeah, these are illegal. So they basically rent out like an old store that's been gutted out or whatever, and then you just see tables lining the walls like it's a swap meet or like a farmer's market or something, craft fair, whatever. And you go and they're all, hey, we got they're showing like all these blunts and mushrooms, bags of mushrooms. So here, get like they're totally, they're almost like kids in Tijuana trying to sell you chiclets and stuff. So you're like walking around and they just won't leave you alone. And like, here, no, here, we got the best one. They all have the same shit. So they're all selling vapes, they're all selling pre-rolls, they're selling, moon rocks, all kinds of edibles, everything. So you basically are going through this and everybody's just trying to, sell you. Well, we bought mushrooms one time. Okay. And I'd never done mushrooms. And, so we took it was a bag of them and we took them. We have a friend in North Hollywood. We were out there and we, spent the night and we were watching Pecker, the movie Pecker. And I was eating, this wasn't even that long ago, like months ago. So I'm eating them. I was always afraid to eat them. Now, okay, I'm 55. I have been afraid at my age to experiment with other things just because, you know what I mean? I've done a lot of experimentation in my life. I've never done mushrooms and I figured, well, I'm in my 50s. That ship has sailed and I really didn't have any interest anymore because I'm like, I have one brain cell left at this age. I want to keep it. Right. So I just didn't care about experimenting or doing anything else. But then, I started hearing about like microdosing of the mushrooms and how beneficial it is for like depression and stuff like that. And I said, well, you know what? I'll try. Well, that's a movie I've never heard of. Oh, you should see it. So, I'm doing, and what happened was it's exactly what friends have told me in the past, is that you'll get a stomach ache and you'll probably throw up. So, I was eating them, and they tasted awful, and they were very dry, so you're eating it, it's like eating this what I was eating anyway. I don't know if that's standard, people have that same experience, I don't know. So, I'm eating them, and they're very dry, and they're really drying out my mouth. It's like I'm eating styrofoam. And they tasted awful. My god, this shit's awful. And so then I'm also drinking. So I'm thinking, oh, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Well, and you're always kind of looking for something to happen. So you're just like waiting, and then you feel anything and you're like, oh, that's it. Okay, it's happening. Well, I start like denying. And that's probably how I started denying that anything was happening. Like I'm questioning, oh, did I really see this? Did I really see that? I love Pecker. No teabagging in the Fudge Palace. so, so anyway, I'm watching it. So I'm watching it, like sitting back, and then I start, because you're like I said, you're looking for things. So I start seeing like the TV screen kind of waving and doing things, and I always wanted when I was a kid, oh, I want to do drugs because okay, so like growing up in the 80s, we saw all of like the psychedelic stuff from the 60s, right, or 70s, you know, vintage drug movies or whatever. Those were the drugs that our parents did, right? My parents' age, LSD and acid and all that. And so in the 80s, like the kids, like I was anyway, like very fascinated with the whole psychedelic stuff. So I'm like, oh, I can't wait to do drugs so I can hallucinate and I could see things that aren't there, and I could I'll tell you, the things that I saw were nothing. It's like TV sensationalizes everything, and it was annoying. You're expecting something, and it's like all I did was see. So maybe I didn't eat enough. I don't know, but my level of hallucination on mushrooms was basically seeing wavy lines on a TV screen and seeing, and I knew that's what it was. Maybe I didn't do enough drugs, and I do tend to be high hope. I do tend to be more on the conservative side of everything. I do, even drag. Wear as little makeup as possible. Whatever. For some reason, I'm very minimalistic on things, and it's like that with drugs too. I do just enough drugs, right, just to get a feeling, and so maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but yes, I did hallucinate. I did see. Oh, thank you, Hope. It's Hoggetha's birthday. It's not really my birthday, but thank you. Um, because I did, the funny thing is, because I usually do a birthday show for myself for Billy on December 5th. Blair White said she's seen Elves on Rush. I'm sure she did. Puss puss. I'm sure she did. I'm sure she saw whatever she needed to see to make a story. I'm not debating that. Maybe she did. I don't know. I don't. I tend to not, but I'm also one of these people. I don't see ghosts. I don't hear strange things. I don't see UFOs. I don't feel spirits. You know what I mean? I'm very disconnected from the spirit world. I'm very disconnected from you know, other things. You know what I mean? I for some reason God did not give me the gift of seeing the Loch Ness monster or Sasquatch or ghosts, or I don't know why. He left me out, and that really upsets me. Okay. Logan. Wait, Blair White says she's seen. Okay, I've had amazing visuals on mushrooms, but some just suck. LSD was amazing and very fear and loathing like. But some drugs are better than others. No, they are. They are. They are. I've done lots, and I have never seen any mythical creatures. Only people's faces melting and morphing, and walls breathing. Yes, and carpet swirling. Pink. I had that. That was along the same lines. That's exactly what my experience was. It was just a distortion of what I can see, not added things. Like my mind didn't create visuals that weren't there. I'm actually just kind of seeing what's there, but my eyes are just kind of altering it. You know what I mean? But I was not seeing imagined creatures, or, I'm not saying nobody else has. Did you get invited on YouTube channel? Wait, do you get invited? You know what, James? Do I get invited? I did do something not that long ago, and James, with he goes by the name real name Rodney. He has a podcast. He wrote a book too. Um, he's kind of he's like a guy's guy, and he's on Instagram. That's where I know him from, but I think he has a YouTube channel as well. But yeah, I recently did an interview thing with him, and we've gotten what he's doing is he's always trying to new things to try to make things work, because you always have to kind of change it up on social media, especially if you want to try to make a living at it. It's not easy, and so he kind of goes on and comes off and comes back on, but he works a full-time job. But the point is, he has been taking our interview and he cuts it up in snippets. He posts the long interview on Instagram or on YouTube, but he'll take little snippets and put on Instagram. Those are getting a lot of hits. One of them, I don't know why people are very disturbed by this snippet of video that we did. It has over 2.3 million views. And I'll tell you, if you're a guy and you even pretend to be a female, and obviously I don't present as female at all. So of course I'm delusional in my character, but as my character, I stated that, I've never had an abortion, and that's just something that I've been deprived of as a woman. And I look at it as a rite of passage to have an abortion, right? That was very, very traumatic for a lot of people to hear. I didn't realize it would have that effect. I was just being a crazy, weird person, right? What my character is. That, for some reason, really struck a chord with a lot of people. And it's getting a lot of views. So yeah, I did a podcast not that long ago. I'm always looking to do podcasts. I don't care. I love doing them. I think it's fun. Hey, have you seen the trailer for The Last Showgirl with Pam Anderson? It looks great. Did they approach you for the role before they reached out to Pam? They didn't, Chaz. I don't know. Is she not wearing makeup in it? Am I the only one who thinks that that's just a gag? Like, I mean, I don't think Pam Anderson's ugly at all, but to not wear any makeup. And I also don't think she's not wearing, I think she is wearing some makeup. Somebody recently came out and they tried to do a no makeup look, but they were wearing like eyeliner. I go, no. See, that's the thing. I know girls who wear minimum makeup. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but you're still wearing makeup. Like, I get it. Like, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with makeup. I don't know. I think she's making a statement. That's all she's doing. I don't think she's ugly. I'm just doing what she wants. I don't give a shit. But, I just say I don't understand why people act like it's like, oh my God, she's revolutionized something because she's not wearing cosmetics. It's like, well, if she had to wear them, she would. She just knows that she's not ugly. I gotta run, but hopefully I'll see you. Bye, love. I'll see you, Pink Flamingo. Okay. My birthday's happy birthday, Susan. That's cool. Love your interviews. Yeah, I would love to do more interviews. I mean, I would love to do more like this too. They think Hagatha is real for left-wing person. I know it's ridiculous. It really is. I mean, and the thing is, and I'm not even on both one side or I'm like in the middle somewhere. And through my life, I go left, right. It's always in the center though, like a normal person. But anyway, they. It's both sides. I love it. I anger both sides. I do. And that's really what. Hi, John Carlos. Happy makeup. But I like upsetting both sides. I do. And I fool them both. And that's how I know I'm doing something right. I'm like, okay, I got you. I got the one on the far left, one on the far right. It's perfect. Hagatha isn't real. Oh my God. It's all been a lie. I'm sorry, Logan. Sorry to disappoint you. One thing my mom did is she, for Christmas, she got me like these pretzels because she knows I'm a fat ass and I like food. So I like these. Probably one of my favorite gifts were these pretzels. Happy. Oh, you like my sombrero? You like it, John? Does it remind you of your childhood? Did you wear one when you were a kid? No, you do the little. John, you know what we did when I was in school? I remember, in elementary school, we did a Mexican hat dance. Did you ever do that? We did the sombrero. I don't know if is it a California thing? I don't know because we're so Mexican here. So we put the sombrero in the middle of the classroom and they play like and we would start dancing around it and I sing La Cucaracha. Well, John, we did that in my school. Okay. To honor the Mexicans, which was 90% of the school. This is one thing I don't understand. And I wish people would really inform me of why this is necessary. Why is it in Southern California when the majority of people are like Latino, you have to have like Latino heritage months? It's like, shouldn't you be honoring the minorities? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense. Like, don't you're supposed to, like, if you're going for diversity, aren't you wanting to honor the minority? Like, I don't understand it. It's like when I was doing sombreros are like eyeliner. They make men look instantly hotter when they wear them. Oh, wait. Like that, Chaz? But, so, I growed up, John goes, I growed up in a white neighborhood. You're a pinto bean. John, hey, Mark, how are you? Hey, John, you know what I told somebody the other day? They were talking about, like they were saying about Mexicans and stuff in California, how they voted for Trump and shit. And somebody said, how can you guys do that? You guys are indigenous. I go, no. First of all, a Mexican is okay. I said, I go, pinto beans are white in the middle. But it's funny. But anyway, what a miss. Nothing, Mark. Nothing. I stayed waiting for Christmas, and you know all that. Christmas and how we went to my mother's friend's house, got her dog because she had to go to the hospital, blah blah blah. And then Chaz sent me a gift, sent for my dogs. And the hat is one of the gifts. So I'll put it on Tucker later and do a little photo shoot. But so is Susan. What? She's white? Susan's not a pinto bean. But oh, Mark, I haven't been to Calaveras yet. No, we did go to Calaveras. We went to Calaveras and we did a brunch there a while ago, but I want to do the Calaveras here and we have a Calaveras here where I live. I read you don't like toast. What's Tostinos? Oh, the pizza snacks? No, I haven't hit the brunch yet, but I want to. We went to the one in Huntington Beach, but it was not a good one. It was like the one here where I live is very like they've decorated it all out. They put like sugar skulls like everywhere. Oh, John, you're a coconut. Well, see, that's what I understand. They talk about, okay, the thing is, a Mexican is nothing. They're a white indigenous person. That's what they are. They're just mixed. They're Europeans mixed with indigenous people. That's what a Mexican is. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, the San Bernardino Calaveras. Yeah, there's one. It was a Chinese place. Look at Mark. It was a Chinese place. And it's a very Chinese Asian building. I'm talking like it has dragons and all of it. It's all like Chinese looking. Then the Mexican place bought it and they painted it all black and they painted colorful sugar skulls all over it. So it's a Chinese building. This is so California. It's a Chinese building that has been painted black with skulls all over it. So it's like a Mexican Chinese building. Oh my! It's like my dogs. My dogs are Mexican Chinese. Okay. Are you going to an inauguration? No, I'm not. You're going to send me and my wife in. Wait, Mark. Oh, that's nice. You don't have, Mark, you don't have to do that. I mean, I appreciate it. Why does the Democrat Party want to delete gays? I'll tell you why. The Democrat Party is no longer interested in homosexuals. They're interested in queers. John's birth certificate says Caucasian on it. A kegger at the Capitol. J20. We'll be there. Oh my God. John Carlos, I cannot believe you're Caucasian on your birth certificate. That's funny. Mark.
Yes.
Did you know that John Carlos, his birth certificate says he's Caucasian?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, look what Chaz sent us.
What's that? Little hats?
Oh, wait. A fairy dog. What?
Oh my God. Okay.
Thank you, James. Okay.
John Carlos.
Here's a taco.
Big bold.
Taco.
Oh my God. They're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to die. Of course. Of course.
It's Patron. Patron tequila. There. Hillary Clinton hot sauce.
She had this in her purse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, girl.
And
what's in your purse?
a little sombrero.
Oh, where's all my keys?
Isn't that cute?
It's totally a crotch sombrero.
Right. John Carlos said taco.
Tacos.
He said taco.
I want you to turn to Susan right now and just say taco.
Mara said hi.
Hey, Mara. How are you, girl?
Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
With your big breasts.
He always will remember your boobs.
Sorry.
I didn't even remember you had. When I think of Mara, I think of colored hair. Mark thinks of boobs. I think of colored hair.
She has colored hair?
Yes, she has eyes and a face and hair. If you go upwards, you see eyes, face, and hair. Hey, James Steele. I thought gay was queer. No, James. Okay, I don't consider gay queer. You know who queer is? Queer are the people who aren't having sex, who are fat and ugly, who have colored hair. Not you, Mara. You know what I'm talking about. The ones that, they're trigendered. You know what I mean? They're just so difficult. They're just so specialized that, normal people can't handle them.
Today I feel like I'm going to get banged.
Oh, your hair's dark blonde now.
Ooh.
When's the last time you saw Chris, Mara? That's why your hair is blonde.
They went skydiving. She's got videos up.
John says, what is the significance of women that have blue hair? Christopher hasn't done my hair since 2022.
Holy schmackerels.
Can Mara show his face? Can Martha show his face? Where's Martha? Are you talking about Mara? So now I have a lot of grays mixed with my dark blonde. Oh, hi, John. How are you? Listen, Mara, you could put any color on it and your gray should... Well, it depends on how resistant your gray is. There's some grays that are more resistant, that are very resistant. Like if it's coarse, it won't take color as much, but it'd be harder to take color. But just you could just put blonde in there, get like semi-permanent or demi-permanent blonde, and put it on your hair, and it'll color your grays blonde. Okay, what else? So, I don't know if you guys watched me open up my gifts from last time. It was Katrina Klein, also on Instagram, Facebook. Katrina Klein also goes by the name The Modern Mame. Sent me all kinds of wigs and stuff. So I'm getting ready to film some the person behind you, that's Mark. I'm gonna film some content. He sent me this hair and it looked really good on me. And I didn't think it would. It wasn't my thing, but it's like this strawberry orangey blonde red color, but it looked really good on me. And it had bangs. Like, I don't know if you know Betty Page from the 50s, or pinup porn girl. She was very popular like in the 80s, 90s, like she was like alternative pinup girl from the past, you know. But anyway, the hairstyle is like that, but it's that strawberry blonde, and it really looked good on me. So I'm like, oh, I got to build a whole thing around it. So that's what I'm going to do. I want to. It's more kitty like, you know. But it's getting to the point where Kitty and Hogarth are kind of blending into the same person. So, can Mark show his face? Marquina.
Who dat?
Katie Ann says, can Mark show his face? I grew up in the 90s. Queer was a word that right, James. See, I'm in the same boat. I grew up in the late 70s, 80s, early 90s, whatever. Yeah, queer was what you called me as I walked by when you wanted to insult me.
Oh, look, a queer.
Oh, look at queer. He's a queer, but you know, but the funny thing is, FAG really was more used more than queer. Queer, Mark, don't you think queer was actually sort of like from the age group above us? Like, people would say queer, but it was typically older people who said it. It really was not the young people who used the word queer. It would be like, say, me being a kid and some like 20-something-year-old would say, oh, he's just a little queer. But it would never be like someone my own age. It tended to be an older person word where I was from anyway. But so it was always insulting. It was always insulting. Queer was never, ever, ever looked at as anything positive. Katie, you've never seen Mark before?
Oh, hold on.
Okay. Well, he's going outside right now because our dog is going off. My friend is trisexual. He will try, right? And that was John Taylor. I used to be like that too. I was a trisexual, do anything once. Because, you know, you got to do stuff to know whether you like it or not, right? And it's to the point where I know people who were insulted by the word queer who have kids now, who are now calling their kids queer. And Michelle Visage from RuPaul's Drag Race is one of them. And I remember writing in a comment, and she wrote to me, and I said she was calling her daughter or her trans whatever, I don't know what it was, queer. And I said, I wrote to her, I said, you know, Michelle, in our age, you would have beat somebody up for calling your child a queer, and you know it. So why are you referring to your child as queer? And she said, I listen to the children. They know what they're talking about. It's like, do they? So they know what they're talking about. So when you were a kid and you were a young adult and even a grown-up adult, here's Mark.
Hi.
Say hi. And Katie says, no, I don't think so. What are you then, bisexual? I don't know what you're talking about. But it's like, I know.
Thank you, Chaz.
Yeah, they're gonna love it. But
I like Chadwick too. That's a good one.
Chadwick. But yeah, but back to queer. Queer was something like older kids would call me or adults would call me. Not like kids my own age. So, and I graduated high school in 1988, and I went to high school in Southern California. So FAG was the big word for me back then. It wasn't queer, but queer, like I said, was definitely a word that, like I said, older people would refer to gay men or whatever. But and it was never. So I don't understand. People say, "Oh, it's a term of endearment." I go, when did it happen, and who decided? And why did everybody decide? Oh, I'm just going to go on board too. You know what I mean? It to me, it'd be like all of a sudden in 2025 we decide, oh, it's a term of endearment to call women cunt. Like, really? Because it was an insult last year. Now all of a sudden it's a good thing, and then everybody will jump on board and say, yeah, it's always been like that. Like, has it? Right, Puss Puss? It's like, I mean, if somebody called, I am strong enough as a person that if you called me FAG or queer, I don't care. Like, I really don't. Like, I literally, like, you could tell me those words and I'll just continue about my day and I won't give it a second thought. Right. But it's like, don't lie to me and tell me that that's not what that is. Like, you're never going to convince me that saying queer is something good. You're just not. So does it hurt me? No, you're not hurting me by saying it, but it's also not making me feel good. And so I'm not going to, if you called me a queer, I'm going to assume that you're insulting me. Is Stranger Society is pushing a slur on the gays? I know, James. It's weird. It's weird. Some of my best friends are gay, lesbian, and bi, and I have very few straight friends. I'm trying to think. Do I have more? I have more heterosexual friends than gay friends. You be what you want to be. I think at the end of the day, I think it rude to judge. Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, everybody judges, but that's what I understand. Like, I do get in arguments. Okay, you want to know what my biggest argument right now online, which it really means nothing. Like, do you ever get in like arguments and you kind of you're standing on a hill to die on and you start realizing, I don't really care about this hill. Like, I just don't care. Yeah, wait. Oh, Mara. Oh, really? We graduated the same year. I graduated in 88 as well, Orange High. I miss my gay friend, Paul. I really wish I tried harder to stay in touch with him and vice versa. I know. It's funny. I have a good gay friend named Paul too. It's funny because we connected recently, online. He texted me. And I don't care if he's watching. Okay. So this friend, Paul, that I had, he was a friend of mine when I was 18, 19. And I had a falling out with my mom or something like that. I don't know. It's, teenage angst crap. And I moved out. I mean, I was of legal age. I could have just left, but I had nowhere to go because I'm still a kid, basically. But I was 18, and so I decided I didn't finish high school. I didn't have enough credits at this. I eventually finished high school, but I didn't have enough credits, and I was going through drugs and goth and everything. So I wrote my mom this letter. You don't love me. I want to meet and see Puss Puss in person. I do too. So do I, Mark. No, I think you would love Puss Puss. So I moved out. So I moved in with Paul and his mother and sister. Okay. So we were living there for a while. So me and Paul were like we palled around in our vampire outfits and go to cemeteries and clubs and stuff like that, right? Okay. But we also had other friends too. But yeah, he was a big homo. Paul's a big homo. Paul eventually he left and moved to San Francisco and did a relationship. I'm not going to tell his business or whatever. Okay. In a type of relationship in San Francisco. And, he does that. And somehow he moves to Sacramento, Las Vegas, kind of, California, it's like a triangle, Sacramento, San Francisco, and Vegas, whatever. So he does that. We lose touch. We don't talk to each other for many, 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 many years. And he then gets in touch with me online. Now, there were, back then, okay, we were like, I was doing drugs, 18, 19 years old. You're just a punk. You're a kid. You're with your friends, whatever. And you're causing trouble and stuff. In our friend group, Paul kind of received shit, like he was the friend at the bottom of it seems like the hill, you know what I mean? Like, like all your friends get together and start bagging on each other or whatever. Paul was always the punching bag. You know what I mean? But Paul's very smart and witty, and he would say he would get his shit in too. So, we didn't feel sorry for Paul. Okay. But anyway, Paul just seemed to be a good target to get all the time. And I admit, even though we were really good friends, I was a part of that, or I would allow it, and I'm not making excuses. I'm not saying, oh, I'm a changed person. And I didn't do anything evil, like, nothing horribly terrible. Okay. Except we did go to Disneyland one time and we did put sleeping pills in his drink. Okay. Now, did I put the pills in his drink? No. But we were on our way to Disneyland, and I don't know why, Paul. We were annoyed with him. I don't know what. I don't know. I was 18. I don't remember. But we stopped before we went to Disneyland. We put sleeping pills in his drink. I didn't see 18 moved out of foster home into my dad's house, and then had 3 jobs, no car, took bus. Oh God, that's awful. It's kind of like saying you're the shit back in the day. That meant that you were a shitty person, but it means that you're a cool person. Okay. So we're all teenagers. We put sleeping pills in his drinks. Me and another guy were getting drinks for everybody. We presented to everybody. So Paul then drinks his Sprite. I remember it was Sprite. He's in the back seat of my car and I'm driving, and he drinks it and he goes, "Oh, this tastes awful." I then pretend that my drink tastes awful too. And then everybody else did too. But because it was hot and we're all so thirsty, we all wanted to drink our drinks, which then made Paul drink his drink, right? Because everybody's drinking their drink. We all think it tastes like shit, but it really didn't. Only his did. Okay, so anyway, we were covering up the fact that the pills were in there. I'm not condoning that people do this at all. This is just, it's just crappy teenage stuff, okay? So anyway, but see, it backfired on us because when you're at Disneyland and you have someone with you who's very tired, who wants to go to sleep, it's not fun for anybody. Okay, so we're dumb kids on drugs, so we didn't even think about this, right? So we go to Disneyland and he's just a wet blanket. He's just yawning and he's so tired and he doesn't know why he's tired and everybody's annoyed with him. So it ruined our time, okay? Well, anyway, so there's that instance that happened, and some other things, just friend stuff, like you talk to this person or whatever, just kid stuff. Okay. Anyway, so let me fast forward to today, last year. So we get in touch with shit, right? He contacts me. We get in touch. He shows me some old pictures, of us, in a cemetery and stuff, and I do want all those pictures. I would love to have. I have no connection to my teenage years or my young adult years, since I was married, divorced, moved out, left everything behind, started a new life. I don't have anything. Okay. I literally left everything with her. That's right. There's karma. Right. So me and him we're chatting, right? We're texting. And I don't know, I had this moment come over me. You remember, like, in the days on Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake and stuff, they would bring your high school bully on, or the bully would be on there, and they would want to apologize to somebody that they feel they may have abused, and they want to clear their conscience or whatever. They want to bring the fat ugly girl on stage so I can tell you, I'm so sorry I called you fat and ugly when we were in high school. Or the fat and ugly girl, wants to set up a show to bring the bully on, where she can then come out and say, "Look at me, I'm all that in a bag of chips, and you're not going to have any of this." Those were popular topics of the talk shows in the 80s and 90s. Okay. So I've had these moments where, okay, like I did it with Paul, and I also did it with a girl named Lene many years ago. I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, with Paul, I said, "Paul, you know what?" I go, "I want to talk about something." When we were teenagers and we did, like, say, Disneyland or whatever, I can't remember exactly what I brought up, but I just want to let you know that I a lot of times sided and like I go, but I was immature, and I was just a kid. I would, overlook maybe a way that you were treated, or I would side with the ones that were making fun of you because we were all having fun or whatever. Growing up in Orange, I went to Disneyland many times free because, oh, did you really? That'd be fun. But I'm a 55-year-old man, and I'm telling you, I'm sorry about some stupid shit I did when I was 19. Okay. Okay, so and he's the same age as me, right? So he writes back to me and he goes, "You know what? Thank you for that because I still struggle with stuff." And I'm like, he then wanted to like stir this conversation kind of like deeper into a therapy. Like instead of just accepting that I may have been participated in childish stuff, what, 35 years ago. And the fact that the way he was wording it back, like talking about it with me, let me know that it was still fresh in his life and in his mind. And it was still affecting him. And I'm telling you, it's not severe shit. Okay. It's, the sleeping pills at Disneyland. Now, did it ruin his life? I don't know. Did it affect his relationships with other people? I don't know, especially because he didn't know that the sleeping pills were put in there. Okay. He didn't know till many, 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 many years later. Okay. He just thought he was tired. Okay. Now, I've done a lot of dumb shit as a kid. I know a lot of you did a lot of dumb shit as a kid. I've never, ever hurt somebody beyond repair. Okay. I mean, I love that I say I've never hurt anybody beyond repair. But what I'm saying is him getting his feelings, we all get our feelings hurt. We all get made fun of. We all, you know what I mean? That kind of shit, right? Nothing life-changing happened to him. Okay. Now he is a sensitive person. I'll tell you that. He is a sensitive person. But I thought, when I said to him, I go, "Oh, it's nice to connect with you. Sure. Yeah, I would love for you to send me some old pictures when we were teenagers and stuff. Oh, wasn't it fun what we used to do in the cemetery? Blah, blah. Yeah, we were talking about that stuff." And the fact that when I said, "You know what? You remember that time?" And I go, I just, as a 50-something-year-old man now, I feel so foolish about that. And I'm sorry. And I've thought about that, over the years. What I expected to hear was, "Oh, we were kids, we all learned lessons from that time. Oh, I did this, I did something stupid. I did this." And he did shit to people too. But he wants to act like he's like this innocent victim. And it's like, we're kind of like grown men and we're just kind of talking and talking about our history and the fun that we had and the things that we've learned. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry I did this to you when we were kids. I sided with Dennis. Dennis was a dick to you, and I laughed when he called you a fat ass. You know what I mean? Or we're having those conversations, and it's like, and then when he said, "I want to talk to you more about this in more detail, but I'm not in a good place right now. And yes, some of the things that you've done have bothered me and affected me." I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, I read that and I'm like, I honestly never want him to text me again. Do you know what I mean? It's like, now you've kind of made this into a job. I did not apologize to you lightheartedly about what things that happened when we were teenagers because I want to heal you. Or do you know what I mean? It's not, "Hi, Sam." Like, I mean, I was only kind of like minimally concerned. Like I'm not sitting at home thinking about your well-being because when we were 19, we went to Disneyland as kids, we put sleeping pills in your drink. Like, I'm not, now it would have been different if he showed up, he was in a hospital. It was an overdose. You know what I mean? He got tired. Okay. So anyway, you know what? I'm not sorry now. Now I'm not sorry. I wish I would have put one more pill in there. That's a lot. It's like having a slow sibling, right? He was lucky to have a friend group, right? So it's like, So if anybody like wants to apologize to you as a kid, oh God, I'm sorry I pulled your hair in second grade, and I hope that didn't destroy your life. Don't go back and say, you know what, that spot is still very tender. And I have blind spots when I look out of my eyes, when I look in the direction of where the hair was pulled, and I almost got in a car accident. You know what I mean? It's like, don't just say, oh God, we were kids. I mean, you know what I mean? Isn't that really kind of what you would do? Like if somebody came, honestly, if I'm telling you, if every guy that I went to high school with who called me FAG every single day, okay, if they came to me right now and said, I am so sorry that I did that, I would laugh at it. I would laugh at it and I would say, kids will be kids. I'm a grown man. Was it tough? Sure it was, but you know what? It made me who I am today, and I'm fine. So, but thank you. I mean, I would kind of take this high road of, that's cool, dude, but I'm good. I'm good, but I appreciate it. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I would be with it. I wouldn't kind of go into this dark place of, do you know that you made it very hard for me to eat in the cafeteria? And I couldn't change in the locker room because you made me feel like I was awful, because if I looked in your direction, you would think I was looking at your naked body. Oh, you never asked me to be on your team. Do you know what it felt like when I walked down the hallway and you yelled FAG at me? Do you have any idea what that did to me? I wouldn't do that. No. Hi, Billy. People like that is why I like animals better than most people. Anyway, I wouldn't do that, but there are some people who would. They, want to let you know every feeling that you stepped on. You want to know, I've been trying, I don't know how to I haven't known how to put this into words for a while, but me and Mark heard something on TV that really kind of put words to the way I feel. I am so sick of people. Okay. I've seen people say this from other countries about Americans, okay? This is kind of where I started this thought. How they say, why do Americans say they love everybody and everything? She shows me the dark meat. Wait. She shows me the dark meat each time we pass. We laugh, but she still acts annoyed by it. What are you talking about? We were in third grade. Oh, total butch. Oh, is she a dyke? But what was I gonna say? What was I saying? But I'm just not. I just don't understand that. And I'm like, God, when I stopped texting with him, and I'm thinking, God, I don't know. Someone get a pencil stab? Where? But I'm like, I just don't understand that. I don't understand being a 55-year-old man in 2025 now, and you are still like in pain or struggling with a situation that you had with a friend while driving to Disneyland. Wait, somebody's here. Instrument repair services? Oh, someone around here has a piano or something. I don't know. I don't know, but it kind of made me feel bad for him. Like, I felt bad for him, and it also made me think, I don't know if I want to get into this conversation any further with this person. You were talking about, why do Americans love it? There you go. Thank you. Pretty snobby bitch. Thank you, Chizzy. Okay, so a lot of I was seeing these Europeans or some other people saying, why are Americans so in love with everything? Like, why do they love everything? Why do they act like, they have a connection, or everything's epic, or everything's a journey, or everything's, I thought about it. I went, you're right. Like, even me growing up, people would tell me they love me. I don't know them. And I'm like, well, how do you love me? You don't know me. So I understand that way of thinking. I'm like, yeah, it's like they make a big deal of everything, or they tell you everything. And I've been seeing that online, and I just didn't know how to put it into words. But the way they worded it was they said, "I'm tired of people coming online and just bleeding over everybody." And that made sense to me. I'm like, yeah, it's like people want to come on and slice their wrists and just drench everybody in all their blood. It's like they want to tell you about all of their problems. They want to tell you about all the medications they're on. They want to tell you about their newest neurodivergent symptoms and what's the word I'm looking for? Prognosis and stuff. It's like they love. It's almost like they want you to know all of their flaws, everything that's wrong with them. They don't want to be average. They don't want to be healthy. They don't want to be doing well. And that's what's so weird to me is, and you know what? I kind of like in that too. I remember when I was a kid, and I don't know if any would relate to this. Maybe I'm just weird. I used to want glasses because I would see people wearing glasses. They figured out how to monetize. Yes. Oh my God. A hoax. I love that. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to wear glasses because I thought people with glasses, it was cool that they could wear these things, accessories on their face, and they could pick whatever frames they wanted. And I just thought it was cool. Okay, so I wanted glasses. So in 4th grade, I went for my eye exam and I just saw things a little blurry. Okay, just a little bit. Maybe, I didn't clear my eyes. I didn't wipe them. And, the A and the E looked similar on the test. Do you know what I'm saying? So I end up with very, very low powered prescription glasses. And I was so happy. And I picked up the frames and everything. And I put them on. I went home and told, I wear glasses now. Me and my mom were the ones in the family who wear glasses. And I didn't need them. Nobody else wore glasses, just my mom. So I was so happy. Was it for 4th grade pictures in school? I'm wearing my glasses. It's the only time I ever wore glasses. Amy, same here. You used to put you put foil on your teeth because you wanted to wear braces. I didn't do that, but I wanted braces. I wanted braces so bad, and I got them too when I was 16. Why are all deaf guys hot? I don't know, Mark. But you know what? I have known some deaf guys that were good looking. Yeah. But I wanted braces so bad. And I did. When I was 16, I got them. I had to wear them a couple years. I hated them. Just like I wear glasses now and I hate them. Like I lose them. I can't find them. I won't wear them. But, I wanted them so bad. So I'm thinking a lot of what's going on today are kids or young adults who just want the latest, what am I, it's not a prognosis. What happens when a doctor says you have something? It's called is it a prognosis? What is it? But they want problems. I'm telling you, they want problems. And they all will talk about their, it's like, have you ever had a friend who's like, oh, you go, yeah, I sprained my ankle, this and that. Oh, really? Well, I broke mine. You know what I mean? It's like they want to diagnosis. There we go. Thank you. Diagnosis. But people want diagnoses. I know they do. They want a diagnosis and they want medication. I know that's what they're doing. I know it. They think it's cool to have a problem. They think it's cool because they get attention for it. Because just think about it. Yeah. Oh my God. There must be a delay in my internet because I'm getting everybody saying diagnosis. But that's the thing. It's like, really, can everybody be autistic? Can they? I'll see people online who they're completely normal. Misdiagnosis. They do. They want it. They want to die. Just like Puss. You know what I think? I think a lot of these people that say they're trans, they're not trans. They want an excuse for being trans. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like when I was young, I identify with Asperger's, right? Like, how can you see, you don't identify with cancer. You have cancer. You know what I mean? LOL, I'm special. I proved it on a test, right? Okay, it's just like, okay, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a girl. Okay, now could that be translated in today's I'm trans. I don't know. But I did. I wanted to be a girl. I was meant to be a girl. I like girl stuff. All my friends are girls. I like girly things. I want to be pretty. I want to have a boyfriend. I want men to support me when I'm a woman. All this shit went through my head. Am I a girl? I don't know. Am I? But you know what I mean? It's like, oh, they are 100% faking trans for clout. Yes. Now, puss. Okay, they're the ones that we see them. We can see them. The ones that are like professional clout chasers, to get money. Then there's the ones that do it for like social credit. You know what I mean? Just so they could be like popular in their group or to be included in their group. But then there's the ones that we've all seen, like that Josh so-and-so, or I mean, we know he's trying to make a bigger point. But those are the clout chasers. But you see them and you're like, it's almost like they would rather. I think there are people who would rather say they're trans than gay because they have made trans into a medical diagnosis, basically. Homosexuality, no. Okay. Even though people will say, well, you have no choice. There's no choice whether you're gay or not, but they're not going to say it's a diagnosis. You know what I mean? But I do think that there are men out there. I believe this. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know, but I believe it. I believe that there are men out there who are in a relationship with a woman, okay, who probably think that they may have had a gay experience. They may have maybe even cheated with a man while they were together, whatever. And they may prefer men, or they prefer that they just don't want their wife anymore. They don't want to have sex with them. I don't know. But I think, I may be wrong, but I'm assuming in our culture right now that if I went to my wife and said, puss, you're my wife. Puss, I've been struggling for a while now and I'm trans. Okay. Now that would be, I now have science behind me saying that I can't help it, that people are born this way, that I have to transition, that I have to do this and that, blah, blah. But if I went to my wife and I said, puss, I'm gay and I like men. And then she's like, well, then why did you marry me? Right. And so it's like, I honestly think puss, I think that's going on. I do. Puss, have you seen that one? Do you guys follow, or have you seen, I know you've at least seen pictures or memes of that one couple who walks. Do you know who I'm talking about, Puss? They're on Instagram. It was this very large obese woman, like 500 pounds. Like I'm talking beyond, like she's beyond repair. Like her body will never, okay, she's like Amy or Tammy from 1,000 Pound Sister, like that fat. Okay. I love your fake crying voice. Thank you. But she's like built a social media platform around her walking and losing weight. Okay, well, she had to lose weight to get the stomach surgery. Okay, then to lose the weight so she can continue walking. So they've built like this whole grift around her losing weight. Okay, which is fine, whatever. People are entertained by, people have sent me money. People are entertained by what they're entertained by, and whatever. So they're entertained by, her seeing her struggle and walk. Okay, people are entertained by it. Anyway, well, at some point, because I didn't catch it at the very beginning, at some point her husband has decided he's trans. So, but there's something else wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong to be trans. I think there's something deeper wrong with him. Okay. He seems, I don't want to know if, I don't want to say he seems slow, but he seems autistic. Okay. I don't say autistic as slow. I have autism in my family. Okay. I don't see it as slow. It can be slow in certain things, but he is just not, like, he doesn't read a room. He can't, you know what I mean? There's a disconnect somewhere. Like, he wouldn't even know if someone's making fun of him, type of person. You know what I mean? Takes things too seriously, dumb things too seriously. You know what I'm saying? He's just an odd person. Well, all of a sudden he's trans and he's getting his facial hair lasered. So this channel has turned into I'm a fatty and I'm losing weight, into hi, I'm a fatty and now my husband is trans and now we're going on this journey together of transing and losing weight. It's a very Karen, that's right. He has no effect. That's a good idea. Yeah, he has no personality, huh? Like there's no. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. No effect. Like, and isn't it funny how people like that are all similar? Like if you remove the personality from a person, they become like this. They're all the same people. It's weird. But anyway, and you know, like he's one of these people. He's not conscious of his face and how to hold it, and I don't know. I'm very aware of that stuff. I'm very aware of people watching me, and he just seems it's very weird. It's very strange. And so and he's one of these people that says, I'm going to bring you on this journey because I want to save somebody's life. And it's like he's one of these people, and there's a lot of this. I think there's an epidemic of this, that they think by coming online and just talking to people or having an Instagram account, or they think they're going to save the world. I just popped in and realized it's 11:45 here in the UK. Gotta go. Oh, bye, love. We'll see you. Take care. Happy New Year to you all. Hubris. You come up with some good words. You come up with some good words, Karen. Yeah, it's like all you're doing is okay. So you live in a real little nothing town in Washington State, and you have nothing going on. So you're just going to start an Instagram channel, and I'm going to lose some weight, and my husband's going to become a woman, and it's entertaining for the wrong reasons. Like people are watching it. Like I don't think they don't realize that people are watching it for the train wreck that it is. They think they're inspiring people. And, they've kind of jumped on this bandwagon of saviors, online white knight saviors. It's amazing to me that we have this population of people that are peasants. I mean, we're all peasants. So they're peasants that don't have a pot to piss in, who are on welfare and food stamps. And what they do is they then they collect money online, and then they go to a park and they'll feed people something. And they then have turned themselves into superheroes. It's really strange to me. Yep, savior mentality. It's so weird. It's like you guys are online asking people for money to support you, and then you're saying that you're like heroes and saviors and you want to feed people at the park by you. So it's like what they're doing is that they're kind of like taking this internet recipe, like they're seeing people make money, and so they're like using all of these angles that they can to try to make money. So I'm losing weight, so send me money, to support my journey. I'm trans, support me by sending money to, for my journey. Yeah, we're feeding homeless people. Send us money so you could support us while we support homeless. You know what I mean? They're doing everything they can to just not get a job. Autism is not slowness. My son is autistic. I have 2 autistic children. Okay. Is as manipulative as my other 13-year-old. Oh yeah. No, I don't think a lot of people realize they're like, I'm ugly, send me money. Pretty much, Sam. But no, yeah, definitely autism is on a sliding spectrum. And you could be autistic and be drooling and beating your head against a wall with a helmet on, or you could be, a genius, it's just a huge spectrum to autism. And oh yeah, autistic people are very clever and smart. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, James, some are very difficult to handle. And you want to know what? Back in the 90s, when I was first dealing with autism, we came across this process. What they were doing with these kids was very controversial, and I'd love to see if they're doing it today. But what they were doing is these one people who had autistic kids had developed or built, with a doctor, this therapy. Was very controversial, and a lot of people did not like it, but it worked. They were basically taking autistic kids when they were young and training them like dogs. And it's difficult to see, but then you realize they needed it. Like, they took kids that couldn't do anything. They wouldn't speak. They wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of autistic kids, they end up with parents, and the parents have no idea what to do. They probably have no money. It's ABA therapy. Like, it was extreme therapy. I'm telling you, it was like training a dog, but it worked. And a lot of people don't want to see it, and they don't want to know. But no, you give them a command, a reward, and you over and over again. And try this. When there are other people in the house, I don't think I should have to yell at the dog in the room where other people are sitting and the dog's barking. Okay. You use James? Okay, I got my first apartment and I need strangers to furnish the whole house. Yeah, it's very much like dog training. Because with autistic people, a lot of things are very black and white. It's black and white, and they really want to know. And you know what? They really do want. There are some that want that discipline. Because, there are autistic people who know that they're autistic, so they know they know that they're not average. It's a system that works. I know, and they don't want to, and people don't want it to. They don't like it, but trust me, I would have no problem doing it. I wouldn't, because I know that it works. So yeah, they do. They crave it. They want discipline, and they want to please you. I'm a registered behavioral technician. We use. Oh, do you? Awesome. Hi, Carol. How are you? But you want to know something? I'm a hoax. Okay, so my oldest son, and I don't know if this is what if since you work with it, I don't know if you've seen it from other people, but my kid's mother is a mom who, I did a lot of reading on autism back then, because once I realized that my child did have autism or possibly had autism. Did you hear about, like, the refrigerator mom syndrome? That was a speculation back then. And I'm not going to say, I honestly think in my case, there is some merit to that, because the woman that I made a bad choice and picked, she was a horrible, difficult person. And she was a very cold mother. So as we're reading on autism and stuff, it really fit, like, the description of her parenting style. But I also in the house, and I was a good parent. But there were also drugs involved. I need to do a whole topic and a whole series of that, raising children while you're a loser meth head. I could really tell people a lot about that lifestyle. I was in a home private dog trainer. Oh, and parents used to ask me to train their kids too. I did. Training is training. It really is. It's all about what? Reward and positive reinforcement, redirection, shit like that. I go balls well with you and Mark. Yes, dear, we are doing fine. In my experience, it's old women popping out babies that causes it, really. Yeah. Well, she's a smoker, and she would not quit smoking. So she smoked all the way with my child. There were times she did do meth, and I don't know if marijuana was in there. I don't think we were smoking marijuana back then. But no, she was very didn't care. Okay. Oh, yes, there's a baby in me. It's funny because she was one of these, I know not all women are like this, but she was the type of woman who, when they think that there's a baby in them, they think they're Mother Teresa, the Virgin Mary, like, wrapped into one, but also are very self-centered into their own needs. So it's kind of like, just because there's a baby growing in me, it doesn't mean that my life ends. She was very much into that. She would say, her mother, okay, like she was born, the woman, my wife, okay, she was born in 71 and she's one of 5 kids. And she said that her mother smoked with every one of her kids because that's what they did back then. Mothers smoked while they were pregnant. Well, we supposedly know better now, but she decided that she was not going to quit smoking while she was pregnant because all of her mother's kids were healthy, but they're not. It's like, no, well, me and my brothers and sisters are all healthy. Therefore, they're lying and I can smoke while I'm pregnant. Okay, are there any decent Mexican buffets near you? I can't think of any buffets. Like Mexican buffets specifically? No, honestly, I can't think of a Mexican buffet restaurant, which would be easy to do since Mexican food is so cheap to prepare. I wonder why we don't have Mexican buffets. I've never seen Autism. Oh, really? And yeah, we were in our early 20s. Nicotine babies get it rough, really. Salmonizer, what is it called? I would love Mexican buffet. We have the Golden Corral, we have Sizzler. Even although Sizzler isn't really much of a buffet, it's a salad bar, but it's like an expanded salad bar, so they have like chicken wings and nachos and things. Oh yeah, they do. El Torito does it. You know, Mara, we went to El Torito the other day. I didn't like it. Me and my mom went. We didn't like it at all. And we always loved El Torito. I don't know what's going on. Oh, Guadalajara, yeah. I think Guadalajara is the same as El Torito. Mara, you spelt it the same again. I do that all the time. Oh God. But yeah, like when my kid was born, yeah, we were in our early 20s. But it's funny because anything they said, like where you can there was always back then you're reading, are autistic children born autistic or are they made autistic? Okay. I remember that was a theory. And back then it was stupid autocorrect. Jim Carrey and Jenny McCarthy were really involved. And they were really talking about vaccines and things like that causing autism, which of course, we're back then. It's like we heard it and stuff. Rodrigo's is better. You know what, Mara? I ate at a Rodrigo's and my friend Tracy. We met her and some other people at Rodrigo's there in Marietta. It was good. We don't have a Rodrigo's here. We don't have that here in San Bernardino or the Inland Empire, but there's one that went down there in Marietta, I think. My niece's mother was early 20s when she had hers, but I don't know about her social history, right? And so in her family and my family, there is no other autism. There are no that we know of anyway. But none in our immediate families, the ones that we know, is there any autism? Oh man, yes. What it was in Winchester, off of Winchester, yeah, yeah. It was like some kind of there's a strip mall or something over there. It was good. I don't remember what I had. Probably a combo plate, 2 items, taco, enchilada. But with my son, he's like high functioning autistic, but he never really got, and he's verbal, but not extremely conversational. And he's very self-centered. So really, and I think that's probably with most autistic kids, right? Like very, like the only thing that matters in life is their experience, their, the things that they want to do, it's very, in my experience anyway, they're very, into their needs and resources and, staying alive and, when was that darn, I missed it because I was living in Marietta at the time. I don't know, 4 months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. It wasn't that long ago. But it did autism was a very challenge, very interesting thing to witness and to live with. It really was like my son was very into Lion King. Like I bet I could watch that movie and I could tell you every line from it before it comes on. Like Lion King was a huge, huge thing. So we basically watched it every day, all day. Um, and the funny thing is, because I knew that autistic kids would do that, right? And I wanted to fight against it. I'm like, I'm not gonna let him watch it all the time because I felt like it was feeding the autism, if that makes sense. I saw a thing once that listed autism and ADHD traits and talked about what kind of people were leaving Europe to come to America and to motivate, and the motivation kind of lines up really. But there was a part of me that thought like but this is early, in autism. So I'm thinking, if I allow him to be so repetitive, I'm actually feeding it. Willing to travel long distance for a single purpose, really, like for training and stuff. But how can I word this? At some point, okay. Now we still on? Hi, Jerry. Yes. At some point, I mean, I'm going to get into more detail about being a dad to my kids and stuff. But what was I going to say about the autism? There comes a point, like I'll eventually I'll talk about it, but where the autism actually hurt our relationship in a way, like not mine and hers, but mine and my kid. Like the handicap created a situation that through the court system and the school system and through my ex-wife, how could I put it? She basically used his autism as a way of ruining my relationship with him and his brother, if that makes sense. I have to get into the detail further, but yeah, Jerry, I have two kids. I talked about it before. I said I would get in more detail, and I never did because I just don't know how to approach it. But I'm gonna do it. But yeah, no, I have two children. I was married for 14 years. No, there's a lot there. There's a lot more to me than Agatha. But yeah, it's an ugly story. Ugly story. But anyway, oh my god, so now you want me who I don't know who it was. I want a Mexican buffet. But anyway, yeah, Jerry, no, I was on the right road. My ex is alienating my son right now. That's I try to tell people, you know what? You really have to pick the right person. You do. You can't feed it. My dad wouldn't feed the idea we had it because it was a big stigma and not helpful to my cousins who did get diagnosed. Oh. You have great insight and are amazing and telling a story without offending people, which allows. Oh, thank you, Amy. Well, no, I did all the right stuff. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, you never know. I picked a very, very wrong person to have, and so did I. And I think, it's so funny. It's like we let boys and girls or whoever just go out, and it's like you're not allowed to say anything. It's like you have to pick the right person. You do. And the funny thing is, Jerry, and I don't know how you are, but I've reached a point in my life, because it has been so traumatic and it has ruined so much of my life, that I blame myself for it. And this is why I tell people we have to choose the right people. I've gone from, like, in my mind, killing her and doing, you know what I mean? And doing everything and blaming her for everything. And I finally have settled to a point where I blame myself, because yes, she's evil. She's Satan. She's everything. But I'm the one who welcomed it. You know what I mean? I'm the one that signed off on everything. I'm the one that saw everything and looked the other way. I'm the one who thought, well, she's young and she's just not grown up yet. And when she's grown up and we get married and there's kids, she'll grow up and be, you know what I mean? It's like we make excuses for the things that we want, but we don't really need. And then I don't know, but you don't listen to people along the way. I didn't listen to my mother. My mother, that's the funny thing about my mom is she was dead on accurate the whole time. And she has been about every one of my friends. I know not every mother is like, I grew up with a good mom and would try to warn me and, steer me in the right direction. She was never wrong, like never wrong. I could hate her. Like, oh, yeah, don't go out with her. She's not good. Or, you know what I mean? Like, they have more experience and she would give me her insights. She would give me her opinions and stuff. And I would get mad. And I'm like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. She knew exactly what she's talking about every single time. Oh, don't blame yourself. It's generational. I had awful role models. I mean, I did too. I did, but it actually made me feel good it felt good to take responsibility because then I actually felt like I have power or I have a say so because I spent so many years with her and outside of her after the relationship, just blaming her for everything, poor me. But I then realized it's taking my power away. It's taking my responsibility away. It's taking the fact that I can make a change. I can do something different. And so and I can blame myself, but also still blame her. Well, God, why was I so stupid? Why was I so naive? Why did I want that so bad? But, I don't know. It's all about choices. It is. It's all about choices. You missed your calling. You're a life coach. You have had so many experiences that you can give great advice. Oh, thank you, dear. My parents were absent parents, didn't stir me. Oh, yeah, mine, Jerry, mine, my mother worked. So I was basically a surrogate mother. I was a surrogate housewife. And I don't, that could be, the cost of feminism. I don't know, but my mom went to work. And so of course that's all we knew. In fact, I knew stay-at-home moms and I didn't want to stay-at-home mom because I wanted my mom to be gone so I could do whatever the hell I wanted at home. But, yeah, so we didn't have parents until 6:00 at night. So, yeah, we would get in trouble and do all kinds of stuff, but yeah, we had absent parents and, a 10-year-old boy at my daughter's school calls her a bitch at school every day. So in front of the mother, I said to the boy, "What if I called you a bastard every day? How do you feel?" That's mom versus. Oh God, no! No, I would never let a kid get away with shit. Yes, I'm the oldest. So you just become like a surrogate housewife. So you come home from school. Like, this is one thing I love is people are like, they're waiting for their parents to pick them up from school. No, I had to walk to school. I had to walk or take the bus or whatever. Nobody packed me a lunch. I got $1 on the kitchen counter, and then I would take that and buy $1 worth of food at school. But, I just, it cracked. Then I would have to come home from school and then we would have to do our chores. You're the third in command, hoax. Yeah, the third child is, the third in command. Okay, yeah, first child. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So my mom would get home like at 6:00 at night. By the time 6:00 happened, I had to make sure that my homework was done, my brother's homework was done, that the house was clean, that my sister was good because she went to the preschool down the street from my junior high. I would walk to junior high, get her, and then walk her home. So I'd make sure she's good and everything. She's had a snack or whatever, and she's, but I had to make sure the house was working and everything. And I'm in junior high. Okay. So then 5:00 would come around, and at 5 I would have to start dinner because dinner at least had to be cooking by the time my mom drove in the driveway. So she would then come home from work, put her purse down, go to the bathroom, probably put on her muumuu or whatever, and come out, and then she would finish dinner. Okay. And then we would all eat together. So I was like a co-parent when you're the oldest kid of, when you don't have parents at home, the oldest child often becomes the parent. So that's why you'll find a lot of like Gen X people like my age who were the oldest kid in the family who basically can do anything. I mean, I can do anything. Like I would have to mow the lawn, clean the pool, work on the car, do laundry, cook, change diapers, give baths, all at 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I see kids today. I'm like, my God, the kids today are like handicapped children. Like they are. You were a sous chef. But the thing is, the funny thing is, I never complained about it. That's the thing, and a lot of kids didn't complain about it, right, Mara? Yeah. Can you come live with me and help me co-parent Arturo? Chaz, that you have quite a job. Arturo's a big baby. He's not that bad. I still feel like a parent to my 40-year-old sister. Really? Oh, how awful. The funny thing is, Jerry, okay, I have a younger brother and a sister. My brother is in the middle, so it's me, and my brother was born 11 months later. Like we're really close in age. And so we were very close when we were young, but then we fought a lot when we got teenagers. Hey, Chaz, Jerry says she's also adopting a Mexican. John says kids in college are retarded. John, when I worked at the club, a lot of the kids would come from Pomona College because we'd have college nights and then we'd get a lot of kids from Pomona. I'm embarrassed. Now, okay, I'm not saying that I was the most mature thing in high school and college, but there's a difference between being an immature, like high schooler, and then being childish, okay? I see these kids, like, they act like infants. Like, I just don't understand grown adults who go to other grown adults and said, that person called me a name. I'm like, do you want me to cut their tongue out? Like, I don't understand adults who need protection from other adults because another adult called them a name. Hi, Willow. How are you? Oh, Jerry, your sister. Yeah. So you and your sister fight? Imagine a big baby that pretends it doesn't speak English when you want to. No, it doesn't, Chaz. Chaz, he knows that you speak. You've been with him for 100 years in the United States. Will he pretend to not speak English to you? Jerry, okay, me and my brother, okay. On Easter. Okay. This is how petty. Like, do you guys get petty? Okay. So my brother has a girlfriend named Trina, okay? And last Easter, he got in a fight with her, or a week before, or he was talking about things aren't working out with me and Trina and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I said to him on the phone, I was at my mom's for Easter, and he calls, and he kind of has a strange, like, how can I put it? Like, if he's on the phone with my mom, like, he wants to be the only one in the room. Like, he wants full attention. You know what I mean? So, but maybe that's middle child syndrome. I don't know. But he needs full attention from the parent at the time. So he doesn't really have to do conversations when I'm around. Or I don't know what it is. But anyway, so I'm at my mom's. I'm on the phone. I go, oh, hey. And all I do was, I go, hey, what's up with Trina? Now, I said that knowing that they were having problems. Okay, I did. Okay. Now, I just said, "Hey, what's up with it?" Right? Casually just saying it. Now, he's not like a very sensitive, well, for his own feelings, he's very sensitive, but not to others. But he's always been this person in my life where you have to really measure your words and say them properly and accurately, because he is going to find a flaw or an insult in anything I say, we know those people. Okay, those people are all around us. Okay, my sister also needs all the attention. Okay, so I just, hey, what's up with Trina? And he goes, you know what, Billy? F you, and hangs up on me because I brought up Trina. And yes, I brought it up in like in a lighthearted way, and I knew he was having problems with her. And he didn't like the fact that it's Easter. He could have come over and spent Easter with us, but he decided not to. He'd rather just sit around and cry about his girlfriend. We haven't talked since then. Okay. So he has not called me or texted me since he hung up on me on Easter. Okay. The other day, my mom goes, so have you talked to my brother? And I go, no. Well, when are you going to talk to him? I go, I don't know. Maybe on Easter. Maybe I'll talk to him on Easter because that's the last time he hung up to me on Easter. Maybe that'll be the day I call him back. Okay. He goes, well, life is too short. She always would say that. Life's too short. Well, why are you telling me? I'm not the one who hung up on him. I didn't hang up. Well, your little brother's sensitive little one. Yes. And he's not little. He's 6'5". That's what it always embarrassed me. I'm a big man. I come from big men. And it always embarrassed me. I don't know why. We look at big men as being strong and everything. But maybe I'm a part of the problem. But I'll see men like my size, like including my brother, crying and just being really like sniveling and sensitive and, finding a problem to be offended or angry at everything. And I'm like, that's embarrassing. Like you look at whether it's right or wrong. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but we tend to look at big men and look at them as a rock or look at them as a safe place or a place like they could protect you. Or, you know what I mean? Oh no, not the men, not the men in my family. No, they're just sensitive little wimps, and like you have to really cater to their feelings and stuff. It's like, what? I'm 6'3". My 15-year-old son, who's 6'4", is very sensitive, and I used to be. I'm not. I used to be a very sensitive person when I was like, 15. Yeah, when I was 15, 16. Yeah. But when I became an adult, and I would like see big rugged men, they want to pretend to be like they're fighters and all this crap. It's like, oh, and you're just a little sniveling little crybaby. I mean, I'm gay and I'm embarrassed by it. But in reality, they're gentle giants. Yeah, and I am too. I am a gentle giant. I am a very gentle, person, but I try to, I guess, give off some sort of strength. I mean, because I do want people, because I know I could protect people. I know that. So I wouldn't want to be useless. You know what I mean? I don't know. But, but the thing is, as a big guy, when it comes to, say, protecting other people, that your size and your looks they're a tool and a weapon. Like, kind of like a beautiful woman, okay? She knows that she can get what she wants from men. Okay. She knows she can. There are women out there who completely know how to wear their hair and put on their makeup and they put on their clothes because they're going to go out there and they're going to get a man to do something for them. Whatever. Okay. Well, guys are the same way. When you're a certain height, a certain size, you have a certain stature, you have a certain set to your face or whatever, a certain tone, that you can affect things around you. Okay. And I hate men that are like snivelly little pussy men. I can't stand them. And it's like, you're like this big force. You're this big, you have all this, you have this natural gift that was given to you and you just completely squander it. I don't get it. Hold on. Chaz says, the life is too short statement reminds me of old relatives who say, this will happen when you get old too. When will that be? I'm 30 years older than they were when they started using this excuse to not do something. And I'm still not as old now as they are. You know what? I think, Chaz, different generations have different problems. They have different issues. A big Bill Burr. Oh, God. Hoggy is the one who's unpredictable. You are an enigma in the gay world. That was my whole 20s. Meh. Meh. I talk to my brother daily. We cuss each other out or hang up. I just call back the next day like nothing happened. We socially neutered large men for a reason. Yeah. So you have to look to the government for everything. A big Bill Burr. How funny. No, I'm 6'4", but no, 6'3". Barefoot, so probably in shoes I'm 6'4", 5. But I'm also like big. Like I always hated it, and I know guys would compliment my size in a non-gay way. God, have you ever thought about lifting weights? Have you ever thought about being on football? Well, nope, not at all. Oh, John, pretzels. Look at I got these pretzels. My mom got me these candied pretzels for Christmas. But no, but I would have guys tell me all the time. They go, God, if I had your body, I would be in the gym all the time, and I would be yoked. I'm all, I don't know. I got no interest. Sorry. I'm sorry you're 5'4" and weigh 100 pounds. And you'll never be Arnold Schwarzenegger. But then they look at me like, oh my God, I could turn you into Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let me do it. It's like, nah, I don't care. It's just not that important to me. Like, I never thought it was attractive. Like, do you want to know? Okay, when I was growing up, I've always like been this big guy, oh, come play football, come play basketball or whatever. I don't know. I'd rather be a model. No, I know that I'm sorry you're a dwarf man. But I'd be like, I don't want to do that. I want to have fun, and I don't think football's fun. I want to wear clothes and I want to walk down a runway. It's just stupid. It's like it's like your body it's like you have a certain body, and then like in your brain you're like, oh my God, I'm skinny. I'm not this big brute of a man that everybody wants me to be. I can understand that. You have the look of someone that women would love and men would too. Well, I never had a problem ever. Like I feel bad for people because I never ever had a problem with love. Well, love, yes, but intimacy, no. Okay, so getting a date, getting a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever. I never had a problem with that. Like, I don't understand the men who are at home lonely because everybody turns them down. Like, I don't know that feeling. I could also say I don't know that feeling because I was always very afraid of rejection. Always. Like that, I would say in my life, that was the biggest thing was rejection. I do not want to be rejected. So a lot of times I didn't put myself out there. I just sat back. I would sit back and I would see what would come my way. And pretty much anybody that I was with, they came to me and I didn't go to them. Like anybody. Mark approached me. My ex, the wife, she approached me. My boyfriend, between the two, I approached. But I have never gone to a woman or anybody. Well, you don't need to brag. Well, it's because I don't put myself out there. That's the thing. Like there are men who will get rejected all day long because they want a piece, right? And they don't care. It's like they're so used to it that it doesn't bother them anymore. Where for me, I just the thought of being rejected was like crippling. So I often didn't. I would sit back until I knew absolutely 100% for sure that it's a yes. Comes flocking to him. How did you meet Mark? There's a gay phone app called Scruff, SCRUFF, which by the name implies like scruffiness, which was a code word, I guess, to tell men that, okay, the Scruff phone app was for guys who like guys and not FAGs. Do you know what I mean? I really think that there is a conversation that in the gay community that needs to be had, that no one talks about, that there are gay men and then there are FAGs, okay? For some reason, they want to lump them all under the same umbrella of LGBTQ or homosexual or whatever. But no, there are groups within. Okay, while gay may be a group, there are groups within gays. There are sissy guys and there are masculine men. The masculine ones are starting to really shrink and they're all becoming FAGs. Okay. So as time goes on, we're not seeing that many men homosexuals anymore. They're all FAGs. Okay. Anytime I want to date someone masculine, I go to a lesbian bar, right? Yeah, that's the thing. From now on, if you're a gay man, if you want another man, you're just going to go for a dyke. Okay, I was afraid of rejection too. I still am, I guess, to some extent. More willing to take the chance on someone. You know what's so funny? I think probably rejection thing has probably been the biggest monkey on my back. And I don't know why. I'm sure there's some hidden childhood trauma that someone would love to tell me about. But just the thought of rejection was very awful to me. And so I know I did miss out a lot of opportunities because of that, but oh well, live and learn. But I'm not a gay man, but I've noticed a difference between gay men and FAGs, right? There are. The FAGs are the very flamboyant ones that are just out to get attention. They have a very strong lisp. You can now I know when people listen to me, they could probably hear the gay on me. I can tell you Chaz Smith, you hear him talk, he's gay instantly. Before he even opens up his mouth, he's gay because of the little gleam in his eye. Darren, how are you? How's Darren? Oh, look at you have a Labradoodle, don't you? Lisp and hip movement. Reminds me of that Key and Peele skit when they legalized gay marriage. I didn't see it. Well, okay, so what's happening is in the gay world, they'll say, oh, he has two of them. He has two Labradoodles. You know what? They're so popular here. We see a lot of them like at the dog park. They're very nice dogs, but very energetic, like run. They love to run. And my dogs try to keep up with them, but very hard. Gaydar, I call it. Gail and Smith, how are you? This is the thing. When I was when I was managing the gay club and I would see the clientele come in, just because I enunciate. I'm like, what word is that? Please let me be able to say it. Oh, back to scruff. Oh yeah. Okay. Thanks, John. Yeah, I need direction. Okay, so anyway, I don't know. I had an apartment in Riverside and I had broken up and I was living by myself and I never honestly until then lived by myself. And it's not that I didn't like it. I liked it, but it kind of seemed like I was, because like I said, I'd always lived with other people. I kind of felt like, why am I living by myself? I'm not doing anything. Like it felt like I was wasting time by sitting by myself. I don't know why. So then I got a roommate who me and my ex knew. We met her at a bar, so we became roommates, and so I started living with her. Then I started realizing the problems with a roommate. I can tell a million stories there, but she was a single teacher. And this is how I got to know teachers, and I got to know a lot of them. And I also got to realize that they weren't the sweet little innocent ladies that used to be teachers when I was a kid. And I kind of she helped me lose respect for the education system. And anyway, I ended up leaving from her. And then I moved in with my mother for like 6 months. And then me and Mark started dating. and we met on Scruff, which Scruff is a phone app for homosexual men who don't like FAGs. They like other men. Like you would go a hoe teacher, a hoe slut, yes, all of that. Yeah, and she would spread herpes on purpose. Okay. All fags have lisps, but not all of them. Yes, exactly, Amy. Okay. So Mark is like, typically, I don't know if you guys, the heterosexual people or whatever, if you do Tinder, I know Tinder is like a big one for you guys. Swipe right or whatever. So typically on the gay ones, you know what they're doing? They'll like send pictures of their butthole. It's like, why? I don't care about your butthole. Like, why are you sending me a butthole? As if there's anything unique about a butthole. You know what I mean? Like, would you say like, oh wow, that's a nice hole. Oh my god, your hole is so hung. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do people send butthole pictures? Because they all look alike. At least, you send boobs. It's like, oh, it's shaped differently. Oh, it's a nice size. Oh, oh, I love your nipples. Or guys who send pictures of their a dick pic. It's like, oh, I like you know what I mean? At least there's individuality to it. What is there? Is there individuality to a butthole? Like other than a color? We could say that. Okay. Maybe some are brown, some are purple, pink. I don't know. They are showing, that it's clean. Even if you're Jake Gyllenhaal, good looking, you're getting rejected 90% of the time. At least straight relationships, really. Why, James? Why is that? Is it about money? See, I think what is happening, I think in the dating world, and I think it's mostly with heterosexuals, is because the dynamics for women have completely changed. Now they're CEOs, they're managers, this and that. They make the money, and they're all making more money than men. Well, men didn't get any hotter. Okay, so it's like women looked at men for security and to make a family, stuff and like that. Where men looked at women as, someone to breed with, a nice, she's a good domestic person. She is hot. She knows how to suck and spread her legs. You know what I mean? This is what men have always wanted out of women. The dynamics haven't changed though with that. They still want that out of a woman, but if she's at work making more money than him, he's not going to get everything that he wants out of her. He may get a check, but he doesn't want her check. Well, some do. But you know what I mean? It's almost like the world has changed for women, but not for men. In my mind, anyway. It's like a man still has to go. He still has to get a job. He still has to work. He still has to bust. You know what I mean? It's like, and then if the marriage don't work, he has to pay her. He has to pay for the kid. It's almost like things haven't changed for men, but they've changed for women. Like, how have it got? What I want to know is, through feminism and the modernization of our culture, how has it improved for men? That's what I want to know. I'm not complaining. It's just an observation. Whoever said they're showing that it's clean must send those pictures. What they forget, we all have assholes. They all look the same, right? They're all round with star points. Now men want to be pretty. Right? See, Jerry, there we go. Mm-hmm. But see, when I was a kid, I was like, I saw the benefits when I was a child. So it'd be in the late 70s. I'm in elementary school. I saw the benefits, whether it was right or wrong. This was just my impression. It's less responsibility, right? I saw the benefits of being a woman. I did. And I wanted to be one because I saw the benefits of being a woman. And this is just as a child. And I don't think those benefits have changed that much, except men are becoming more female-like. Therefore, I wouldn't like that as a woman because or as a gay man. See, that's while women I've heard lots of women say men just suck. They're just pussies. Gay men are saying the same thing. They're saying the same thing. There is this demasculinization of men. And it's like, if you're a gay man, where do you go? Like, where does a woman go if she wants a man? Where does a gay man go if he wants a man? Okay. There's lots of FAGs out there. They're a dime a dozen. You can find an FAG anywhere. Amy said I was the breadwinner of my marriage and I had to give him half of everything of mine. I had my own business. It sucked. Amy, see, it sucks. I'll never get married again. Never. Even fat women who are twos think they deserve AIDS. Oh my God, James. Hold on. I got to look for something real quick. I think I put it in my WhatsApp, a video that I found. I just couldn't believe it. Is this it? Let me see. Oh! I'm so glad I just looked at my WhatsApp. Okay, you guys. I have to show you something that has... Where am I at? Okay, I want to show you something that it's shocking, Billy. Oh, okay, I'm going to show you something. This is the manly gays are all in long-term relationships or married. Yeah, that's what yeah, Jerry, it's true. I know a couple. They verge on FAG, but they're guys. They've been together for 14 years. I do know several men couple that like they're more masculine guys that they've been together for years. You know, they're not at the clubs, they're not doing any of that shit. Okay. Do you guys ever this is a subject change for a minute just because I saw it. Do you guys get the Shriner St. Jude's commercials where you're at? I am so sick of them. I'm so sick of the kids. Caleb, and I forget the other one's name, but they're grown men now, but they're so ugly and have such deep voices and are uncomfortable to look at that they don't even show them anymore. They show like their old videos.
My favorite.
The one who says that he can jump up high. The manly gays are all okay. I'm a trad wife, traditional wife. I guess they call me. I work gigs sometimes when I want. Otherwise, stay at home mom. Yeah, that seems like fun. I have been with my man for 40 years, married for 11, right? I'm telling you, the masculine normal gays pair up and they leave the scene. They do. Okay. Caleb and Alec. Okay, Amy. Okay. They started recently playing one where I live, okay? And I'm listening to it, I'm watching it, and I'm completely disturbed by it, okay? And I'm going to play it for you. And it's the exact one. I can't believe this commercial, like what the feelings that they're trying to give me. And I looked, it's 6 years old. I think it's the reality that men settle. We either settle in a relationship or go home and enjoy our pets. I agree, a hoax. You eventually realize I have to shut or get off the pot and I got to pair up with somebody. And I know now at this point, I have to lower my expectations a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, I did realize that. I'm like, I can't wait for perfection. I can't. Who doesn't want a millionaire? Who doesn't? You're going to wait a long time. Yes, Stuart. Look what I can do. Okay. So the commercial, let me find it first. Hold on. I got to get the link. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now I'm watching this the other day and I'm like, they almost make it seem fun. Okay. And I played it for Mark and he goes, yeah, it is kind of weird that they would put that. Okay, I'll show you. Oh, my dog's in here eating dry food. They must be hungry. Like we always of dry food out. Like it's not their like standard food, desperate food. Like, you know what I mean? Like in between meals, if they decide they want to munch on something, they can go like crunch on the kibble, but it's not their standard diet. But so when they nibble on it, I know that they're hungry or they're just snacky. Okay. So here we go. Okay, so so you're familiar, I'm hoping, with this person. Typically around the holidays, they'll play a lot of it, but here they play it all year round. I don't know if they play it around, where you live. But, it's funny because you think, God, should I be feeling this way or should I be saying these things? I'm sick of him and I'm sick of the other one, okay? But I want you to listen to the music. For some reason, the music really bothered me. Wait. She knows that I'm different. Hold on. But she doesn't. The music really bothered me. Yeah, that dude is 16 now. Amy, I can't believe it. Okay. Now, I want you to listen to what he says. I want you to hear the personality about, around what he's saying. I want you to listen to the background music. Okay.
Hi, I'm Caleb, and this is my story. I was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, or brittle bone disease. I have broken my bones almost 200 times, and I have had 11 surgeries. But I didn't let that stop me. I love to bike ride, climb, race, and I'm learning how to stand and walk. But I can only do all of this because of generous people like you and Shriners Hospitals for Children.
Okay. Okay, so this kid, I'm sorry, meeting. But did you hear the playful music in the background? Like, he actually made it seem like you wanted to be crippled. Like, it sounded fun. Okay? Now, I want you to see just the way he talks about it. It's almost an SNL skit glamorizing dwarfism and despair, right? That's exactly what I saw, Chaz. Now, Chaz is he's been in entertainment too, so maybe we just see things that other people aren't seeing. I don't know. Like a medication commercial. He is making it cool to be in a wheelchair and to have your bones broke 200 times. That just listen to the music, the playful music in the background.
Hi, I'm Caleb, and this is my story. I was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, or brittle bone disease. I have broken my bones almost. Hi, I'm Caleb, and this is my story. I was born with osteogenesis imperfecta.
It's okay. Now he's going to brag about how many bones he's broke, like he's some kid at school. And, you're all sitting around talking about, being tough and breaking your bones.
Imperfecta, or brittle bone disease. I have broken my bones almost 200 times, and I have had 11 surgeries. But I didn't let that stop me. I love to bike ride, climb, race, and I'm learning how to stand and walk. But I can only do all of this because of generous people like you and Shriners Hospitals for Children.
Because of people like you.
I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong. I mean, that's just what I see. This medication can cause stroke, death, severe diarrhea, nice music playing in the background. Right. It's like, but he was like, I broke 200 bones. You know what I mean? And it's like, why? Like, this should be a tragedy. Yeah, that's hopscotch music, not breaking bones music. Definitely was a script written for him by not a very good producer. But they've been using this commercial for 6 years. That's the whole thing. It's not a new commercial. When you go on YouTube, the commercial is 6 years old, and they're playing it like we just saw it 2 days ago on our TV, like the same commercial that they've been. So they're recycling commercials from 6 years ago because this kid now, he talks like this and he has a beard. You know what I mean? And he's not cute anymore. I mean, You're only good if you're cute. You know what I
Shriners
mean?
Hospitals for Children has helped more than 1.3 million kids just like me, regardless of their family's ability to pay.
Shriners Hospitals for Children is only able to provide this world-class, life-changing medical care because of the generous gifts of people just like you.
Because of you, I can ride my bike. I can play basketball.
Because of people like you, I can run.
I can smile.
Will you send your love to the rescue today?
When you go to loveshriners.org right now and give just 63 cents a day, you're helping kids just like me.
Like me. Like me.
When you give today, we'll send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of the love you gave to a kid.
Now, this kid, he is a beast now. Like, have you seen him recently? That kid, where the hell? I got to put the screen back on. Wait. Oh, what happened? Okay. This kid right here, he now is big and fat, and he talks like this, and he has like really dark hair and real thick dark eyebrows. I mean, he's very hard to look at. See, as soon as they're not cute anymore, they get rid of him, and they'll only show old
Just
videos.
like me.
Your gift, no matter how small, can help a child today.
This is your moment to make a difference.
When you pick up your phone, sure you have it right there. And call to
Marion!
You're
Now look,
helping
did you
kids
see how
like me.
I want you to see
Thank you.
how he tried to guilt. He tries to guilt the audience. Look. Hold on.
You're helping kids like me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Please.
Hold on, wait.
Right there.
Yeah, there it is. He goes, I know. Look, he's basically telling you, pick up your phone and call and send money because I know it's right there.
When you pick up your phone, sure you have it right there. And call to give. You're helping kids like me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Please call or go online now. If operators are busy, please call again or give right away at loveshriners.org.
Your gift makes a difference. Thank you for giving.
So we see this commercial the other day, and I'm like, Mark, it makes you want to be crippled. Like it makes you like the inspirational music, the playful music. I don't let none of that stop me. I broke 200 bones, and then it's like, then don't talk about the tragedy of it. It's, you're making it sound fun, like it's something good. Just send me some money and I'll be fine. Marion Holtzman, I can't believe I saw your name pop up. How are you, dear? Yeah, and you know what, Marion? They'll do the Shriners. I don't know how they do it where you're at, but here the Shriners and St. Jude's are like together. Like I think St. Jude's is a Shriners hospital. I don't know. But it's like, oh, then they'll really play they have like several commercials. And they'll do and the faded blanket, right? And it's been sitting in a warehouse. It's probably filled with moth holes, and it's just, it's been sitting in a hot, like a warehouse for like 5 years. So it's all shredded. You get it home and open it. It just tears apart. Will that number get me in touch with the guy in the Shriner hat? I'm good. I'm good. Wait a minute. Wait, Marion, you just got a Christmas card today? It was postmarked the 19th. That makes me mad. Because I delivered it to, I took it to my pharmacy who has a little post office, and I watched her lick the stamps and put it on there. And she goes, it'll go out tomorrow. So she lied to me. It didn't go out the next day. Well, I'm glad you got it. Chaz, did you get yours? Chaz, when did you get yours? You know what, Marianne? Okay, I sent a card to Adam and Dale in Wales. They got it really quick because I went through a different service. Like yours, I picked out and everything, but theirs, I just kind of ordered it online. Because I knew that they wouldn't get theirs for 2 weeks, but it looks like you didn't get yours for 2 weeks either. Well, that's bullshit. Why does it take that long? I could have driven it to your house. Yes, just today. Also, another friend postmarked it. I don't understand why is the post office so slow? I mean, okay, I used to work for like an inner office mail place, so we did that. There are stamps you still have to lick. I think so. You know what, Amy? I don't know if she licked them or not. She adhered them to the envelopes. Chaz says, funny, your card went to my neighbor's house. You had the right address. My postman has multiple DUIs, and someone parks his postal truck in my neighborhood for him to do the deliveries. Then they go and pick it up for him. What's what? I think listen, Marion, because Chaz, I sent Chaz a Christmas card too. And his went to the wrong address. When did you get yours, Chaz? Hi, Divine Waters fan. How are you? I think it's our new mail lady. She's horrible. Misplaced mail, not delivered, the works, total incompetence. This is what I don't understand about the post office. A bunch of crippled old VA users working at the post office. You know what? When I see people deliver mail here, I don't know who's in the office. I don't know who's doing everything in the room. All of our mail people have piercings, tattoos, and colored hair. And they can all care less. They're like, it's really understand. Like, whatever happened to old people? Like, whatever happened to older teachers, police, office people, post office people? It's almost like all of a sudden, everybody over 60 has died. Like, where are all the old people? Where are all the old people that work? And why are all the new young, incompetent, stupid people in their place? I don't understand. Like, jobs that used to be like, oh, well, that was a very respectable job, like a teacher and a post office worker. Now all of a sudden you see like people with facial tattoos doing it. It's like, where the hell, like, how did it get so degraded? Like, I don't understand. I mean, here you go to the medical office, you go to urgent care, and you honestly think you're like at a Forever 21 or a Hot Topic by the way the employees just sit there with their feet up and talking, and they're talking about going to a party or whatever. It's like, this is like a professional place.
Oh, it's Oreo Smudge.
Do you, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay, check it out. So Marion just popped up, right?
Hey, Marion.
Do you know she just got, Marion, when did you, wait a minute. I think, hold on. I want to make sure. She just got our Christmas card.
Oh my God.
And she says it's postmarked on the 19th. So I asked Chaz. Chaz is on here. I go, that's bullshit because we sent. Okay, so I asked Chaz. Chaz says his Mark card got sent to his neighbor. I go, what the hell is wrong with
USPS?
I'm telling you. Okay, so Divine Waters, check it out. Okay, so look,
this is lounge attire.
Yes. Okay, so it's a button-down shirt, right? And shorts. Look at that. I got it off Temu. It was $10. But I won't wear it out. I don't think I've never worn it in public. I'll wear it in our yard. I won't. Okay, I did wear it to go to fast food once, drive through, but I won't. I'm not going to go shopping in it. But I will wear my gown. I'll wear a dress. I will wear, it's a Muslim, like Mark. Well, oh no, he's not wearing it. But Mark wears them now. I'll wear mine out. He won't, but I will. But I won't wear this out. We all have different levels of comfortability. But yeah, I will wear my dress out. Marion says the post office doesn't hire anymore. They are using contractors and pay them on really? Oh, you know what, Marion? I heard they haven't done that here yet. But I'll tell you, the new, I don't want to upset people. The new president says that he might privatize the post office.
It'd run better.
Yeah, have a real company do it, with stricter standards and, you know, because it doesn't seem like the government jobs, there's a lot of like leeway and wiggle room. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you need to get.
We used to know the mailman.
Yeah.
It was the same person for 27 years, you know, and they were awesome. And the mail always got where it's supposed to go. Now it doesn't.
Marion says it's already privatized. Well, I don't know what they're talking about. I think to completely get rid of the government influence at all, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but yeah, that's what I heard. Try to get some other, like a company or something to do. Probably just give it out to the old hires are grandfathered in. I wouldn't be surprised if they just give it to FedEx or UPS. You know what I mean? Just let them do it. But I don't know how great they are either. But yeah, our post people, when they come deliver mail, they used to be like older men or like old Asian men and stuff or whatever. Now it's like local people that are part of our culture that are just shit. They're wearing earbuds, but yet they'll wear earbuds, and some of them wear earbuds, some of them don't, and they're walking around playing music. Like they're all on their phones and it's like, well, no wonder why our mail gets to the wrong place. You're reading your phone instead of the mail. And from what I understand, or, you know, I used to know people worked at the post office, they pack their bags. So they should be able, like they know their route and everything. So they're the ones that actually get the mail together. So it's not like if it's in the bag, they can't say, well, it was you know, someone else did it. I mean, they're the ones that put the mail in the bag and they're putting it in your slot or in your mailbox. So I don't know. I just, when I was a kid, the post office was a place like you really wanted to work at. Like it was very respectable and you made good money and had great benefits, but it doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. They used to hire guys who went postal. Now they hire targets.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah. How
Postal.
that was a word. That was a phrase we used to say, go postal.
I'll go postal on you.
Go postal on you. Amy says the shitballs deliver the mail now. It's like they are Uber drivers now. Doesn't it? You know what? It does seem like that. It seems like no matter where you go now, think about this, Mark.
Yeah.
No matter where we go, and it doesn't matter what industry it is, everybody seems to be young and inexperienced.
Yep.
Like, where have all like the real workers gone? Like, it's almost like, you know what, it's almost like during COVID, Mark. So what happened is during COVID, everybody was home and then the aliens came. And the aliens abducted all of the good workers and they took them somewhere else. And then they replaced them with all the useless people.
Well, I think the good workers didn't want to put up with any of the garbage. Like, you know what? I'll just take my retirement. Bye.
Well, I have seen that, and I've heard that. I have heard that from people that are like,
I'm not getting shots.
I'm
not doing.
I'm taking early retirement. I'm leaving. So maybe that's what happened. And do you know what else? And I think that was, you know, Mark, I also think there was an incentive for people of our age group to leave the workplace.
It was huge.
Because if you guys notice now,
early retirement was offered to a lot of people.
Yes, early retirement was offered to people, which means you're getting less money. But the fact that you're free now is attractive. Also, if you think about it, if you can get people to take early retirement, they're also getting less Social Security. Okay. So now you are protecting Social Security to a certain extent. Also, if you get rid of all of like the professional good workers, then you can you could fool the young, dumb people. You know, you could, enact policies that they just, because they're all dumb and young and they don't know shit. So you get rid of all the old people who know what's going on. And Mark, it was even getting to the point where the workers were older and more experienced than the supervisors. Yeah. That was going on too. So now you have these young supervisors trying to tell seasoned, knowledgeable workers how to work. That was happening at Amazon, I'll tell you. Like, you would have old people work there who have worked longer than the manager has been alive. And the manager would flat out tell you it was their first job. like they've never worked before. So their only job has been working on a laptop at Amazon, looking at numbers and making adjustments. Like that's been their only work experience. They haven't even done the work that Amazon is doing, packing boxes and shipping and doing stuff like that. So I don't know. Wait, it's not a prestigious job to work for USPS anymore. Yeah. It used to be Amy, I tested to get in there. I couldn't get in there. It was hard, like to remember these range of addresses and numbers and all that shit. I went, oh God, I can't. It was complicated.
Well, being a bag boy used to have a little prestige.
Oh, a bag boy, like at a grocery store. Yeah.
You worked up from bag boy to checker if you were lucky.
When I was in high school, yeah, to be a courtesy clerk or a box boy or whatever, to be in the grocery store sacking groceries, because then you made your way into being to work the register, a checker, and then you made good money.
And the checkers were like older people that have been there for
yeah, they were like our mom's age, at least, and older. There have been a lot of people who said it's just not worth it. Oh, and A-hoax. This is another what I was getting at. If you notice online, I don't know if you notice this, Mark, I don't know if you notice it on social media, but there are many, and I don't know if it's just because I'm on disability and I'm old, but there are many businesses or I don't know, sites or whatever that are telling you, are you 50? Well, if you apply for disability, your chances are really great that you'll get it.
Yeah.
It's like, are they trying to get people, they want to get everybody to retire early. And honestly, I also think it's also to prepare space for all of the illegals.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying.
Inexperienced, underpaid workforce.
Yes.
It's going to turn out inferior products.
Because we already have Americans turning out inferior products and giving inferior service, okay? But they're also entitled people. So now what you do is you have to get people to replace them. So who can you replace? The entitled, spoiled American young people who, can't break a sweat or be uncomfortable. What do? You replace them with low-wage workers from down south who don't have a pot to piss in, who would really love that $5 an hour when you're complaining about $20 an hour. Okay, that's what's going to happen. You watch. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that's going to happen. Mark my words. Yeah. Amy says they want to hire the young and dumb ones because it's cheaper to run the business. Yep. Chaz says they've also destroyed public spaces like malls, so you really don't see people outside of restaurants. And yeah, it's true. Me and Mark, we've probably been to the mall 3 times in our lives together. And last time it wasn't, anytime we go, it's very empty. Like there's really not a whole lot going on in the mall. You still needed a brain to work the checkout before yep. Mm-hmm. Banana hammock. Good night. We'll see you.
What are you eating?
A pretzel. But all I know is I see a lot of people online trying to convince people who are in their 50s to retire. So maybe, Mark, that's why I got my disability so easily.
What? No.
What? But I did. It was very easy. I heard that it's going to take me 10 years to get my disability approved. There are people who are complaining that they can't get their disability approved. Yeah, it's like years and years and years. I got mine approved in 90 days and I had a check. What did I do? Let me see. What did I do to get it so quickly and everything worked out perfectly? I had a real problem. A real problem. I'm not. Yep, I'm not saying that you guys don't have real problems, but I had a real problem. I had a doctor that I was able to go to and say, I need you to do this, this, and this. And can you fill out this paperwork and can you send it in? And then yes, we'll do it. I verified that it was done. I did everything I had to do, crossing my T's, dotting my I's. Everything was in order. In 90 days, I had an approval for disability. Why? I can only say I did everything right. My doctor did everything right. I know that there are horror stories out there. I'm sorry that you have a horror story. Okay. You did because of your heart diagnosis, yes. There are certain diagnoses that qualify you immediately. Yeah. Okay, Amy. That's probably true. But do you want to know something? Okay. Well, I do. Strokes, amputation, and certain cancers are the same too. Oh. But a heart issue is really a common, you know what I mean? It's still the most common cause of death. Oh, Amy. Okay. Mark, she said I used to do disability ratings for the state.
Oh wow.
At the time, Amy. Okay. Now I will say this. I have, since my heart attack and since my medication and since everything, now 2 years have passed. What, 3 years, Mark? Do you know when I had my heart attack? Was it 2022?
2021.
2024 years ago?
Well, it's 3 years really.
Okay, 3 years.
Because it was Easter. Well, that was our surgery date. It was Easter.
Okay. So I had my heart attack. I had my surgery. And then, I've had healing time since then. I'm in a different place now than I was when I left the hospital. When I left the hospital, I was like at 5%. My heart was working 5%. Very low, whatever. Since I've been on the right medications and stuff, and, I've been on this great medicine that's for the exact reason why I had a heart attack, for everything. Like, Entresto is a medicine that's like perfectly made for my problem. Since I got on that medication, my life has been completely improved. Okay. Do I honestly sit here today and look at myself as a handicapped person? I don't. Okay. Am I incapacitated? Yes. Is that considered a disability? Yes. Okay. I cannot go back and do the work that I used to do. There's no way I can. Because even now, I know my limitations, and I have plenty of limitations. But do I feel like if I'm sitting here just resting, I don't feel bad at all. Like, I don't even feel sick. Like, I don't feel like I'm dying. I don't feel like I have an illness. Nothing. It's the minute I start doing something strenuous, that's when you really feel it. And like, oh my God, I lifted 50 pounds for 10 minutes and now I'm done for the day. It completely removes all of your energy that you had for the day. But because of who I am and how I was raised, I'm always going to do something to push myself. Because basically a man who doesn't do anything is useless. I mean, that's the culture I was raised in. I was raised in a culture where if a man didn't have a job, he was not allowed to come home. Now, my mom wasn't like that. It was her culture, the Portuguese people. Like, if you did not have a job, you just didn't come home. Like, there's no reason. You don't have a home. If you don't have a job, you don't have a home. So you can't come home. Okay. So I was kind of raised with that mentality to where, like, if he can't earn a check, he's shit. You're worthless. Right. So, and of course that still sticks with you. You're like, God, I can't go out. I mean, I kind of grew up this mentality. Like, if you're not a millionaire, it's because you're lazy. Because we all have the ability to make $1 million. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Marion says, a friend of mine, her mother got disability. It took them nearly 6 years. She got a check from the government. Right. See, that's the thing is, then you get a big lump sum. And, and sometimes, I know you've struggled the 6 years, but then you get that lump sum and you're like, I have a big chunk of money I could do something with. I could not, how can I put it? I was not in that situation where I could do that. I had to get my money immediately, but that would be great to have a chunk of money to do something with, you know? Like just a general heart attack probably wouldn't qualify you immediately, but open heart surgery does. Oh, I didn't realize that, Amy. So the fact that I had to have a bypass surgery is qualifying. It also depends on the judge reviewing them. Yeah, there's a lot of wiggle room. You qualify without a doubt. Oh, okay. And you don't need to justify that you have it. You aren't abusing the system. There are those that do, but I know, Amy. Yeah, like I said, I grew up in a household or in a culture of people that if you can't do shit, you're worthless, and if you're worthless, then you have nothing coming to you. You know what I mean? I got my SSDI after 6 months. I got a check for almost $14,000. That's awesome, Dustin. See, it doesn't always work out that way. What was your what is your diagnosis, or if you want to share that? I'll tell you what I'm resentful about right now, though, when it comes to my disability. I'm resentful for the fact that if I get a part-time job, I can only earn a certain amount of money. Therefore, that means they're locking me into poverty. Okay. I don't like that at all. I think if you're disabled now, and I get it because, well, if you're disabled, then you can't make money. Well, but that's not always the case. It's sometimes you can't go back and do what you used to do. You know, I cannot go back and work at Amazon. I cannot go back and manage a nightclub. I can't go back and be a truck driver. Anything that I have done, I now cannot do. Anything I have training or education in. Oh, you have a vision issue? Oh, okay. Yeah, if you can't see, that should definitely qualify you for disability. We know a girl, she's legally blind, but she could still see. And she's on disability. She has it for more things though, right, Mark? Yeah. Okay. But I don't know. But that's the thing that I resent being on disability is they're like, okay, so you're disabled. Okay, well, you're only worth this amount of money and you can only ever work or earn this kind of money.
That's it.
That's not right. Okay. Now they do have policies where I love that I'm allowed to still work part-time. It gives me purpose, right? And see, Dustin, I'm in that place right now where I am so bored. I am so like, I've always worked and I'm like, I'm so bored. I don't know what to do with myself. And, you know, turning on a camera isn't fulfilling that in my life, going out and earning a living and making money and being prosperous. I'm working on getting a job with Instacart because Instacart will allow me to work and not make too much money. So I can make $1,500 before they, I have macular edema in my retina. Is that connected to diabetes? I don't remember. I can't remember all the terms and things because I have diabetes and they've told me it can affect my vision. But anyway, if I make more than $1,500 a month for a 9-month period, I will be kicked off of disability. That's how it works. If you decide like, oh, I want to work, like I'm well enough to work, so I'm going to go get a job, and I can work 10 hours a day, 8 to 10 hours a day, whatever it takes. But if I can sustain that for 9 months, they're going to say, well, you're not disabled. Okay. But they're going to pay me the whole 9 months. So I could make $1 million an hour, right? They're still going to pay me my disability for 9 months. After 9 months, if I'm still working and I'm still doing good, they're going to say, okay, you're cut off. You're cut off, but you're not put in the back. You're still active, but you're not receiving benefits or money. Now, if I quit or get whatever, if I can't work anymore, I can then tell them I'm no longer working and it will activate my disability again. So you could do that. The problem is I could feel good today and not tomorrow. I could go and I could work an hour today and be completely busted and not be able to go back tomorrow. So that's the thing. It's like I have to do something like an Instacart to where I can earn money and decide I'm not working tomorrow. I'm too tired. Or you know what I'm saying? Like you can But if I make more than $1,500, I went in and talked to them. They go, if you make under $1,500 a month, disability will keep giving you your money. You will still get your benefits. Everything will be fine. Just don't make more than $1,500 a month. So Instacart will allow me to do that. I know a couple of guys that are basically in the same position because of a military situation, disability situation. They end up working under the table because, right. That's another thing is, see, now I would get, okay, when I go on TikTok, okay, I don't know how many people they follow me on TikTok. I go on TikTok as Hogatha, and I'll sing like karaoke songs. And some I'll do bad, some I'll do good, it depends. But people like it regardless. And people will like send me money for it. And it's like, because they like the entertainment of it. And so people will send me money, and and TikTok will they will make a deposit into your bank account every week. As people are giving you money, Wednesday comes along, and then Wednesday, whatever is in your account from TikTok, anybody has put in it, they will then deposit it in your bank for you. So, usually I go and I'll look at my statement, and it will say, oh, or I'll get a text from my bank, oh, $50 was put in your account this week or whatever. It used to be, I used to have a lot of followers. I had like over 80,000 followers on TikTok, and I could go on there and sing a couple songs, and I'm not kidding you. And it's the whole freak factor because people see Hogatha and it's entertaining. There were times I would leave with $100 a day just singing songs on there. And of course that goes right to Cash App. And then I don't know if TikTok is going to send me tax paperwork at the end of the year. I don't know. But I make under a certain amount of money. I don't even have to file my taxes. But anyway, it's finding these ways of a money stream that is not going to affect my benefits. So, and that's hard to find. It's hard to do. You keep your medical benefits for 86 months. Wait a minute. Yep. 9 months in 3 years. So every 3 years you can work 9 months balls to the wall. Well, I can't. I wish I could. But there is, it's so funny, but like when you are like legitimately like have a disability, you're like, I'm mad. Like I'm mad at it because, there's always times like, we'll stay in bed and we don't want to do anything, you know what I mean? Or we're lazy. But when you can't do something and you're like, oh, and I know I shouldn't feel like a failure, but naturally those feelings seep in like, oh, I'm worthless. I'm useless. I can't do this shit anymore. I hate that. If you make under 10,000, you shouldn't have to file. Yeah, no, even I think it's 24,000. I think it's 20. I think you can make a certain amount. Oh, right, you can. Yeah, you're right, Hoax. You're right. Dustin, Mark is on disability too. So we're both on disability. I've thought about that stuff. I thought about my mom too, but it would increase her taxes, and then she, But I mean, Dustin, I like okay, I'm gonna do the Instacart. I do my TikTok stuff, and people still send me tips for being online and stuff. I get that stuff, but I'm in a place where I'm not financially suffering. I'm just I mean, I'm just going to be honest. You get used to a certain lifestyle, and I have settled into disability. The lifestyle, because it's a lifestyle. You have to change things. So we never go out and eat anymore. I don't remember the last time we went to a restaurant. I mean, I do with my mother. We'll go, but me and Mark just to go. We just go out to eat all the time. We don't go out anymore. If we go out, we'll get we get coupons in the mail for fast food. So like yesterday we had Burger King. We had a coupon for you get a meal for 2 people. You get two Whoppers, 2 fries, 2 drinks for $14.99. Which here, that's a great deal. So we did that. Like we'll always find the deals. We'll find the coupons. Oh wow, 24,000. Yeah, it's gone up. Well, then you're both fucked, right, Dustin? So, well, and Mark, he makes extra money from fish, selling fish. We have 4 above ground tanks in the backyard with different ages of koi fish. And so, over time, Mark has fallen into the koi industry. And so it's an easy way to hide money. So you can just sell fish out of your backyard. And if you're a good fish guy, I mean, if you have some good clients, some of these fish are thousands of dollars. So it's just kind of breaking into that higher market. But so Mark does that. He sells fish. So we supplement our income with that. Fish, and he does some woodwork and stuff. But I don't know, it's weird. It's nowadays you have to find out different ways of making money. It's difficult. And it's so funny because I talk to my mom about it all the time, and she's from that generation where it was easy to buy a house and they were cheap. I mean, even in California, she used to tell me, oh, I hated it. Oh, before you were born, me and your father lived in LA. Our rent was $100 or something. We in the kitchen, we would have months of paychecks just piled up in a drawer because things were so much better back then. So here she is, her and my dad living in Los Angeles, paying no rent, out on their own. They have they're collecting paychecks because they don't need the money. And it's like back then they were able to immediately buy a house. In LA, they bought a house, and then I was born, and we lived in the house for a while, and then they sold it and bought a house in Orange County. We lived in that for a while, but in California real estate, it is what's the word I'm looking for? It's oh my God, why can't I think of the word? An investment. It's always going to go up, always, and so so they're always able to buy something better and better. And then once we were living in Orange County for a while, they were able to sell the house and buy the house that I was raised in for most of my life. And it just, thought it was just easy. Like they just, we're going to sell and buy. And neither one of them had like extraordinary jobs. It was easier back then. Now in my neighborhood where I live in one of the most violent and poor neighborhoods of Southern California, houses start at 500, like for just a beginner. It's like, nobody can afford that. Like, how can you afford a $500,000 house working? Even I know people who make $100,000 a year who are struggling. Like, it's just different. So back then, that age group, the baby boomers, I'm not blaming them. A lot of people like to bash boomers. I don't bash them. They just happen to be born at a certain time with a certain prosperity. You know what I mean? I don't get mad at it. It just, so the things worked out great, for her. And to this day, you know what I mean? One can say that, well, she's no longer living off the, okay. So once Obama was president and things went to shit, she ended up losing her house after over 30 years of paying mortgage on this house. So eventually she lost it through a death. My stepdad died and all this crap. But anyway, the point is, for many, many years, she was able to, live off of the profits of homes, that she was able to buy. They were able to buy in their 20s. That you can never ever do that now, ever. So it's that wealth that allows you a certain lifestyle for a certain amount of time or whatever, and you just can't do that anymore. Many people flip furniture oh yeah, Marion, they do that here. One of my friends in Tennessee does that too. It's fun to do that. Warning, inappropriate comment incoming. Funny, a gay man selling fish. It's finding a market and the knowledgeable people. I have a friend who has always done antiques and nothing else. It's fun. I did that for a while. I bought and sold antiques and collectibles. That was fun. Oh, hi Steve, thank you. Expendable income. Yeah, it's you know what? I even got to the point where I was like, I was getting mad at the height of like this whole illegal immigration and them getting so much money and all these freebies and stuff. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, I'm 50 something years old. I've worked here my whole effing life, and I get minimal disability and this and that and blah, 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 blah. It's not fair. And, oh my God, where was I going with this? It's something that I saw in here, but damn it. I think it had something to do with following rules and stuff. Like I decided I'm not going to adhere to these rules anymore. Like when I bought my scooter, I bought a scooter to drive around town so I didn't have to pay gas. My car, I have to put premium in it, and it's a gas hog. It is. So, I've always been one to, follow the rules. Well, except when I was a drug addict or whatever, but you know what I mean? But, pay my way, do all that shit, think about the greater good of the country and the citizens. And, and it's like that you find yourself in a position of need and they're not there to help you or to give you minimal shit. But yet you get these people that come over, who broke the law just to get here, getting cards handed to them, hotel rooms, food, education, vehicles, all this shit. It's like, and I'm just worried about, getting an Instacart job. It's like, I have to do that. And then I'm worried, so I went off on the deep end. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to become Walter White. I am. Okay. I'm disabled. I have a heart bypass surgery. Back then I was all very into the life expectancy. Oh God, I have 5 years. I have more than 5 years, but you know what I mean? I was looking at the worst case scenarios and I'm like, okay, I get it. I don't have much time. I'm just going to have to face the facts. I want to live a certain lifestyle. I'm going to sell drugs. So I thought, okay, I'm going to be Walter White. I'm going to do a whole Breaking Bad thing. I'm going to start selling. I make hardwood cutting. Oh, you know what, Dustin? That's neat. I cannot now because my shop isn't heated. How well does that work for you, Mark? Dustin, he's the one who's on disability for being blind or having thank you, having a visual impairity.
Mm-hmm.
He makes hardwood cutting boards to supplement his income.
Good for him.
Yeah, I was just asking him how he does. He works in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
He lives in Minnesota, and his shop is not heated, so he's just not working right now.
But the older you get, like when the shop doesn't have AC or heat, you're like, you know what? It's hot or it's cold. I don't want to be out here. Screw it.
I'm out.
But
yeah, he says he does well with cutting boards.
Good for him. That's outstanding.
Yeah.
Like so
I'm
like just maple. Does he use just maple or different species?
What do you do? He just, I don't know. So far he just said I make hardwood cutting boards, but he'll expand, I'm sure. The problem with giving all these benefits to people who didn't pay for that, they are printing the money to do it. So it's a double hit. They are taking money away from other services and they are devaluing the currency. That's so true. Look what Mark made me a drink, and he even garnished it. Isn't that sweet? Oh, there's a lot of champagne in that. I didn't expect champagne. Oh, you know what, Dustin? God, if I could, let me try to find. I'll show you what Mark makes. Like everybody's like, oh my God, what is all? Hold on, let me get you. I'm going to show you what Mark makes also. He makes, he got, when he was in the military, he spent time in what's that? Japan somewhere, that island. I forgot. Starts with a Y. I can't remember. But anyway, he, let me find him. Instagram. I want to show you what he makes, but he works in maple and he works in black walnut. And the funny thing, he's allergic to walnut, and so whenever he works with it, it gets very itchy. And well, I know he has an Instagram account. Oh well, I can't find it. But I wanted to show you the stuff he makes. Yeah, Okinawa. Does the blind cutting board maker... Wait. Hey, I'm Dustin. Chaz wants to know, does the blind cutting board worker have all his fingers? If not, he may be able to renegotiate his disability each time he lops one off. What do you say, Dustin? I'm not blind. I just have very poor vision. Well, hold on. I want to show you what Mark makes. Let me see. He's really good at it. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, wait. Let's see. I don't know what this is. It's going to pop up. Oh, that's the logo for what he makes, but that is what he made that. This is just a cartoon version. It's a lantern, so there's like a flickering candle light inside. But they're very big. They're like 50, 60 pounds, and they're all like exotic woods. But anyway, they're like, it's an Asian lantern, and you would put it next to your pond or whatever. And the koi world, for the shows and stuff we were going to, really loved them. And so people were buying them, and he was selling them for like thousands. Oh, on Facebook. Okay, let me look. Okay, thanks, Marion. Let me see. Let me see. Let me find it. Lantern. Marion, are you getting... Okay, here we go. Marion, are you getting some cold weather where you're at? I had friends that just recently moved to Missouri. I mean, I know you're not in Missouri, but I know you're, are you getting a lot of weather? Okay, here's it's a picture of Mark and, okay. Copy. Okay. Okay, I got a picture now. Okay, so here's a picture of Mark. We're at a show, and these are two of the lanterns he's made. He's made lots of them. These are two from the show that he made. I don't know if you could see them, but anyway, they're wood. I know he does a lot of walnuts. But that's Mark. He's at a show. He made these, and they just fell in love with them. And I mean, they'll come up and people in the koi world, which is exotic fish. They don't do nothing but be pretty. They'll they'll give him just thousands, like $2,000-$3,000 for him, and it's like, oh my god. And then some people say, well, I want this kind of wood. I want this kind of glass, and so 8 to 10 inches here. Oh, Amy, what part of Missouri? Or do you want to say? Are you near Warsaw? My friends moved to Warsaw. Oh, it's in the mid-20s right now. Wow. Guy Allen says, what do you call a deaf gynecologist? No, Salmonizer. No, Warsaw, Missouri. Oh my god. I should look at... He sent me a video. Let me see if I can get it. He'd probably die, but I don't care. He'd die if he knows I'm showing this. But you can't see his face. I'm going to see if I can... He posted his ring video in our group. And I'm going to see if I can play it. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna see if if it will let me share it. It's 8 degrees. Dustin, where are you at? Not even a dusting of snow. Oh my god. A lip reader. A deaf gynecologist is a lip reader. No, I'm around the Iowa border. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, let me see if can I play this? Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, hold on. No, not WhatsApp. I want Signal. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Wait. Oh, wait. Let me play. Let it play again. Like over, like where it says ring, look below it because he's gonna be walking there and he'll fall. Wait. Anyway, so this is he newly moved to Missouri from California. Okay. So he's a New Mexican living in Missouri. And he's gone from living in the desert here to where it's like 9 degrees there now. And it's ice and he fell and slipped. But anyway, I just thought it was funny. Anyway, he's wearing like a Care Bear onesie. And I believe him and his husband moved to a town of 2,000 people in Missouri. After living in California. It looks like a scene from the Blair Witch Project. So I'm really kind of looking forward to seeing their adventures in Missouri. These two California gay guys who moved to Missouri and bought a 20-acre farm. Well, it's not really a farm. It's like 20 acres property. There's barns and stuff on it, but it's nice. It's really neat. I can't wait to see what they do with it. But I can't wait to see the pitfalls and the problems of them trying to acclimate to this new weather and culture. I went to basic training during November. Oh God, February. It sucked. I bet. Oh wow. He's in for culture shock. I know. And I think he's probably the only Mexican in town too. I don't know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. I want to go out and visit, of course, but we'll see. Basic training in Missouri. I used to go through St. Louis a lot as a trucker because the 40 goes, right through the United States, right through St. Louis. So I used to see the Arch or that every week. Sounds like it would be a great reality show. I know. I should tell him, you need to really just kind of do footage. Do you know who you guys know my friend Mario? He goes by Mario Presents. He's done a lot of cool shit. Little Mexican guy wears high heels at protests. That's him. he's kind of had an on and off again like relationship with social media because we all get kicked off all the time. And he's been kicked off so many times. And so I think he kind of like, it's not like really a priority for him to build his social media anymore because you lose it really quickly. I never saw the arch, just Fort Leonard Wood. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm probably going to get some dinner and stuff. But thanks so much for joining me past 4 hours. Thank you, Chaz, for the gifts. I will see you guys soon. I'm going to do a makeup look and I'm trying to get my whole thing together again. And I think I'm in a place where I can. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.